All right, we're back again. Welcome to the greatest radio show on the planet, Batman Radio. You are tuned in with your host, Tyree Sneed. So, again, first of all, on YouTube, I don't pay attention to anyone else on this platform. You know, I just have no concern anymore. Don't care. It's a waste of my time. What I would like to comment on, all right, and again, nobody here will, have an ability to give an opinion because I'm who controls, who speaks and whether they get to talk on my show or not. I decide everything because I'm the CEO of my own company and this media company, and I'm the boss and I'm Batman. So um I just saw a reel, man. I saw a reel on Facebook, and it was with John Rocker and supposedly Patrick Mahomes' father, who Patrick Mahomes' father is very, very like thin and skinny, and he's built like, like he's not really a father. Just saying. That's number one, right? Number two, shout out to John Rocker. I love John Rocker, man. I love John Rocker because he stood for something and he said the truth and he made a stand. I don't care how they tried to twist it. I don't care how they tried to, put it in a different light and limelight. And that's the whole thing, man, is these people have gotten so used to just projecting, trying to role reverse, and that stuff don't work, man. Thinking up labels and names to try to dismiss the truth being said. I mean, you saw John Rocker, he was just, it looked like he was just being nice, right? John Rocker's a much bigger guy than Patrick Mahomes or his father. Let's just get that straight. I mean, like it was very clear like how that situation would have gone. Let's just get real with ourselves. It's very clear. There's no confusion. And that's the problem with this society, is that especially with them, is they're always writing checks that they can't cash. And it's just become where they just kind of sit on the outskirts of society and just kind of run their mouth. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you the truth, bro. But when you go into these different areas, if you go to the hood, you go to the ghetto, even if you just go anywhere, I mean, in Austin, I saw them like, where there was a bunch of commotion and action in front of a PetSmart, all over nothing, all over nonsense, and dudes trying to pretend that they're tough when it's like, if you were tough, you'd be able to handle your own, your own stuff within your communities. I mean, if you were tough, you'd be able to stand your ground and stand up to the government as I have, and stand up and just make a stand in general in any way, shape, or form, which you haven't been able to. I mean, if you were tough, you wouldn't be in and out of jail and prison all the time, correct? And this goes for any age. I mean, they never stop. They're career criminals, literally, and they're not even real criminals or thugs. Like nobody respects them. They haven't earned any respect or fear. I'm just giving you my true, valid, not opinion, but actual facts on not how I see the world, but what the world really is. You know what I mean? So like me, I'm gonna start opening my mouth all over again. Yes, I'm not asking nobody for their opinion. You can't comment on it. You can't say anything about me that's not true. I'm not asking you for your opinion. I'm just being myself. And anybody who has a problem with me saying the truth, I mean, so what? I mean, what are you gonna do about it? There's nothing you can do anymore. Trust me, nothing. Nothing. There's nothing that anybody got from me anymore. I've already been through everything. There's nothing more that the world can offer me. You feel me? And people is too preoccupied dealing with their karma. You feel me? And they just powerless in the first place. God is real anyways. You know what I mean? God is 100% real, man. You will always hear me stay with the same energy. But I'm just telling you the truth, man. I mean, most of them are short. I mean, like I said, there's no real education system for them. And I'm just telling you the truth. I don't ever like try to paint a reality that's different than what it is. Like I said, I got problems. I didn't have a silver spoon. I wasn't handed nothing. I wasn't given any opportunities. I had to literally go through hell, okay, and still am, to build and create and just take everything, create everything, build everything that I want. You feel me? And I didn't do it off of other people too. And you don't see me every day trying to do it off of other people. But you see them do that. Do you ever notice that? Do you ever notice how they literally travel in packs on here and off? Do you ever notice that? Do you ever notice that they try to operate like a mob mentality, but they're not the mob? Have you ever noticed that? I'm just saying, I mean, power in numbers is one thing when you actually know how to utilize it and wield it, but I mean, just having numbers doesn't mean anything if you don't know what you're doing, correct? If you listen to me, everything I say will be true. I'm just saying John Rocker looks like he's in good shape. He's a pretty big guy. He's always had kind of some anger problems. I mean, that's in our DNA, man. People going to have to get used to that. That's the other thing too. They tried to do with me a long time ago. They tried to, quote unquote, attempt to shame me for my anger or my rage, and that's a superpower of mine. And I know how to control it. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know if it's something that can be fully controlled, you know what I mean, once it gets going, but that's the point of it. It's very powerful, right? It's just unleashed, and it's a beautiful thing, man. Anger is a beautiful thing when you know how to harness it. It's an actual power, you know. So me personally, I would never say anything bad about John Rocker because I don't see anything bad about him. I think that the little ticks he used to do when he would pitch for the Braves were pretty funny. My dad used to literally sit there and have me come look at the TV and watch because he would just sit there and he would do these things with his facial expressions, and they were just hilarious, man. The guy's clearly got issues, yeah, but I mean, is it really unjustified? Especially coming from whatever environment he came up from, wherever he was talking about. I think it was New York or something like that. I don't think he was talking about. Hold on. I don't think he was talking about Atlanta. I think he was talking about New York. And if he was talking about Atlanta, then he had every right to, because Atlanta is, clearly um just, I mean, there's no organization in Atlanta, and it's just like a cesspool. I mean, it's just clear as day what their issue is and what the prevalence is there. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, that's my thing is like, if people had an actual position to say anything to me about anything, cool, but I'm entitled to my opinion, and they're not opinions, they're facts. I mean, anybody who had an issue with that, I mean, they'd be more than welcome to voice it if they actually knew how to go about doing it and voice it, and it was a real opinion. But nowadays, you just have a bunch of people who, like I said, they know they wrong. They completely wrong. All the things that they say are projection. That's why they hide on the internet and say them, and I come out right in front of everybody and say what I got to say. We're not built the same. You see what I'm saying? You can tell that I believe wholeheartedly, completely, 100%, and am willing to go through anything about what I believe. And you can tell that they don't believe anything they say. And that's the problem, is that someone like John Rocker, I'm going to give him credit because he believes in himself. He believes in himself, and he believes in his own people, and he's proud to be who he is. And I'm the same exact way. And that's we need more people like that in the world, man. That's the issue, is that we don't have more people like that that will make a stand. I like that he stood up to Mahomes' dad. I mean, who is he? He ain't nobody special. He's just a short guy. Mahomes is a short guy, unathletic. There was nothing special about him. He just got unfair treatment, right? And every opportunity handed to him, just like all of them, just like that dude in boxing that he went up against. Who was it? Who was it he went up against? Was it Tank Davis, or was it another one? I don't think it was Tank. No, Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia is another one. I mean, look at them. Look at if you look at your boxers, do you see anyone that looks like me? I'll just spell it out real clear for you. You don't, right? Okay, why? Because all the opportunities are being given to them. I'll just say them. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I know how to talk on here the right way and still get my message through. So they get all the opportunities. Like I said, you still got those same dudes. The one that I just G checked on here, he didn't say nothing, and he knows what it is. And they'll sit there on Facebook and they'll run their mouth and say things they would never say in person, right? And they'll act and pretend, and that's what they do. Like, they try to test the waters through social media because they don't have the heart to do it in reality. I'm just being honest with you. I mean, how much more favoritism can you possibly have? And how much more complaining can you do when you all ain't going through what I'm going through? Like I said, why am I going through what I'm going through, everything that I've gone through? Because of the fact that those people get complete unfair treatment. They get every excuse made for them. They get completely enabled. Everything is built and created for them. And that's why, you know, when they finally get their karma, and they all do, and when they finally go through anything, like, yeah, I get some satisfaction in that. I think I have every right to. I wish everyone good. I want the best for everyone, but like, when we live in a world that's really turned this jaded and it's this unfair, and then they try to paint it like it's normal, that doesn't make sense. And then if you open your mouth about it, you're immediately labeled and dismissed. That doesn't make sense. You don't have power to dismiss anything because y'all didn't create this society. I mean, my ancestors literally made Texas and made this country. I mean, we built the asphalt you walk upon. So it doesn't make any sense that anyone would think they can tell me what to do. See, I know what I come from. That's why with me, like, I'm getting on some whole nother other stuff. Like I said, if I can get through what I'm going through right now, which it's actually looking pretty good right now, um, it's just made me to the point that, especially with what I was already going through and I'm still dealing with physically, um, I appreciate life a lot more than most people. I understand that this is just, we're here for a short time, man. This is just a gateway to the next realm, and it's all about spirituality and enlightenment and knowing oneself and knowing yourself and the journey that we are really on and the journey we decide to embark on. You feel me? And the truth is, at the end of the day, you know, we all go through things that we can't control. I don't think any human being has ever just had full control. I think that that's something that you have to come to accept. I'm not in control. I'm not in control of anything, and I accept that and I understand that. Most people who are trying to have control, that's where the disorders come from and all this stuff and the reaching and the desperation and the antics and the stuff you see on this network is just a reflection of weakness and the fact that somebody is trying to exercise a fake sense of control, right, or false sense of superiority because they know they're inferior or because they can't face the fact and they're in denial of the fact that they have no control and they don't like it because they can't deal with it. And usually it's because they had traumas and they went through things usually in their childhood that that weren't good and they hold on to it, and then they carry it into adulthood. That's when it becomes a disorder and a problem. If they would just let go of it and move forward, they do better. But a lot of people don't know how to let go of things. You know what I mean? Um, so like I said, first of all, let's assess where we're at with this network, right? We got the same people, they do the same thing every day on here. Now, what group of people? There's two groups of people, and I'm not going to put names for them. You all can figure out who they are, and I'm going to make a career talking about them, just like I'm going to continue to talk about so-called women. So there's two groups of people. I'm one group, and then everybody else is the other group. So you can kind of figure out what the groups are real quick, right? Well, that other group, they go online every day and kind of make a fool of themselves, waste all their time, accomplish nothing. They're not productive. And they go online, they make videos and they say they're creating content, but they don't get paid from it. About 99% of them don't get paid for it. Um, the ones that do, they don't really make content or nor know how to make content. It's all just a bunch of like dribble that doesn't exist and doesn't make any sense, right? And I'm just telling you the truth and the reality, on a broad spectrum of what's actually going on, right? So, that's what they're doing today. They'll go online, they'll do their little back and forth, and the same one too. And like most of them are getting real old now because they've been doing this too long. So they just use the internet and take advantage when really they should be denied internet access because it's affecting other people, and people don't deserve that, right? But if you notice, if you look at that group of people, aren't they always affecting other innocent people? If we really get real with ourselves, look at the crime statistics. I bet you if you break them down, I bet you that my group of people doesn't do as much crime as that other group. I could guarantee it. Just like, I mean, in the job market, the labor market, they want to turn everything around. They have an answer for everything. But the truth is that they took all the jobs, so there's no work left for my group. Is that not the truth? Hmm? And it's hilarious because not only has this country become a third world country, right? And they think that they took it from us and they think they did it on a macho stance or a strength stance. Overpopulation and spite and like hate and fear and greed and envy and jealousy, those aren't good things or good feelings. It's like being royalty in a kingdom of dirt. Okay, nobody took anything in this country, like as a man or macho or by force or anything like that. It was just through literally, like I said, just by like getting a bunch of people together. So how would you brag about the way that you're going about something if it's a cowardly way of going about something? I mean, everybody wants to act and pretend because they have this system, and like I continue to point out, everybody hides behind this system. I've seen people do it with me for decades, man, because like I said, people who know my actual power and who I am and how I move, I mean, I don't have to explain it. I don't have to talk. I mean, I've been involved in stuff with all sorts of different people from all walks of life. I ain't took an L yet, and everybody runs and hides from me. It doesn't matter who you are, who it is. It's going to be the same result no matter who it is. I guarantee you. I'm too good at this. I've been doing it too long. I've been doing it my entire life, so I got really good at it, right? And I already was really good at it, right? And I inherited it basically from my dad, from my father. It's a gift I got from him, and I kind of learned from him. So it's in my DNA first of all, and that's how we built this country. That's how we built everything around you. That's how we made everything. So you should tell us thank you, right? You should tell us thank you because I mean the truth is that you're actually squatting here. You're not from here, right? And you just basically took advantage of us being nice, and then on top of that, you took what you took basically you want to twist laws, you want to use corruption, you want to twist words, you want to point the finger, you want to try to dismiss reality. I mean, what is the issue with somebody just standing up and just telling you the truth right to your face? And why is it so hard for you to just digest that fact? Everything I'm saying is 100% fact. Nobody could ever debate it. They couldn't dismiss it. They couldn't say anything to me about it. I mean, you could, but it's a waste of your time because again, you're not taking into the account that I have a million people that I have to reach with this message of truth, and that you're just one person who's disgruntled because you can't handle the truth. Why do I need to waste my time or give you a listening ear to hear your issues or the fact that you're disgruntled? Everybody is disgruntled. That's my point. That group of people is always disgruntled, and my group of people is always satisfied. We're always happy. We do the best with nothing and no resources and no opportunities, no nothing. The government does nothing for us basically, and then they have their hands out. They literally do everything, and everything is built for them off of government benefits. But like I said, they'll be the first to complain, and then not only complain, they'll say complete delusion and say that all the opportunities they've been given it never happened, right? They're completely ungrateful, and then they'll say that we live in an alternate reality that doesn't exist. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, bro? I couldn't imagine, man. Like like I said, I wish I got 1 millionth of the opportunities that group of people gets, and they're not even from here or from this country, and I am. Can you imagine that? I'm just saying. But remember, I'm an American, and then people are so jaded now. They think that you're not supposed to talk and stand your ground and talk how you want in your country. It's my land, it's my country. I'll talk how I want. There's tons of Americans that look all sorts of different ways that see eye to eye with me on everything that I'm saying. So what do you mean? Like I said, somebody like Mahomes, he was never impressive to me. He's not impressive, period. It's like that Luca guy that they just traded to the Lakers. They traded you, bro, because you weren't very talented. I mean, he's basically the laughing stock of the NBA, and he doesn't even know it. I mean, like I said, if you look at his arms, he has no strength, no definition in his arms. He's not talented. He doesn't have a jumper. I mean, he has no value, and this is what they do. They bulletin board people and favor people who aren't anything. I got confirmation today that in one of the games with Michael Jordan and Kobe, that the coach actually told him, I forget the name of the guy, but there was a name, and he actually told him for Kobe to miss the free throws intentionally so Jordan could win the game. All of these basketball and NFL games and MLB games have been rigged since day one. They know who's going to win the playoffs before the season even starts. And football players came out and talked about it. Shaq came out and admitted it. So it's like you're trying to tell me that we live in a world that's a complete illusion. So what would be the purpose? You see what I'm saying? Like in my position, like I told you, I never really was interested in any of these leagues like that. I just kind of entertain it on here because what else is there to do? I'm gonna, push to go as far as I can. But I understand that if I go in the NBA, there's gonna be a lot of things I see that I don't like. I already know, and that I really have an issue with, and I'm gonna open my mouth about everything. But that's kind of what it's time for, don't you think? Don't you think it's time for somebody to go into that league and expose it for what it is, because it's a satanic league, and show the world what real talent and hard work is? I didn't have the gifts that they had. A lot of them are clones. I mean, like I said, the Disney actors were definitely clones. They definitely make clones in a lab. The government has had this technology for a long time. Like I said, they're replacing a lot of them with clones, like they did Eminem, Gucci Man. They did it with Takashi 69. They did it with Cali Muscle. They're doing it right in front of your face, and it's the prison industrial complex. Like I said, I think they work with the feds or something, and I still think that the feds have a task force that they're who's handling all that stuff that's happening with celebrities, and then they tell you all that they're accidents, but I actually think it's the feds. That's what I think. I think there's an actual CIA task force that actually does that stuff, and I think that it's a contract basically that they sign when they sell their soul, and I think that they have a date with every contract, and I think they're aware of their date somewhat. Honestly, I do. If not, then it's basically that they're like a slave and they're under monarch mind control and MK Ultra. And if they're not allowing themselves to be completely controlled and under submission, like if they take out too much money off the black card, or they make too many requests or something, or that group thinks that they're going to leave the country, then I think that group is, I think they have that task force, and I think they just handle it like that. Jack Black made a joke too, talking about it, and it wasn't a joke. All the truth they say in front of your face and act like they're kidding with all of it. It's in The Simpsons. It's in all these cartoons. I mean, it's definitely happening. They show that cartoon. I think it was The Simpsons, where they all turn into lizards and they're talking about what they drink. There was an interview with a girl, and she was talking about and admitted that they actually do that, and they do these rituals. So, if people think that I don't know what's going on, I do. Okay. And you want to know something else further? I'll say all of those fake agencies that I pointed out and exposed, and I said that none of them do their job, and they'll all lose their job and go to prison literally, like in 5 seconds. You understand? When it comes to me, like I have power to expose everyone. You feel me? So it's easy for me. Like I get a kick out of it actually. Like they will all lose their job and go to prison. Do you know that those people in those agencies, they're the ones who do that stuff? And they go to those meetings and stuff with like the red robes. I already knew it. I knew it was all satanic. Those agencies are who's responsible for all of the child trafficking. I'll say it confidently, and all of that stuff that's going on that I'm here to stop. Them. They hide behind the actual agencies that are supposed to be doing the opposite, they claim. And it's like, I knew it, because it's like, who put those agencies in this fake sense of power? They don't have any power. None of them. They're all irrelevant, and they have no power. They're just nobody. It was all a false sense of superiority. It's all an illusion. So I'm here to, pull, they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes, and I'm basically pulling the blanket back and showing you all the actual reality that we live in. The reality is that this world is so much colder than what people want to conceive. This is why what happened to me, and I'm still going through it. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen to me with what I'm going through. But I just hope that no matter what, I serve as a symbol of justice and righteousness, and I hope that people learn from me and gather from me what's gone on here, because I came out doing radio against Illuminati and Freemasonry, and I want the world to know publicly that that's why they targeted me, because I know too much. I'm extremely smart. I'm gifted. I have people who actively gang stalk me every day, whether it be online or off. They have channels. They're trying to copy me. They think it's cute. They're role reversing, talking in an opposite set tone of voice, calling other individuals, saying that they're satanic agents, but meanwhile they're showing every action that that's what they are. That they're an actual satanic slave and an agent. So there's actual agents who have been put up to some kind of thing with. I don't. I mean, a lot of them are just not very capable, and they don't understand how to go about doing anything. So I don't understand what they think they're doing. They're kind of just lost in outer space, honestly. But just the fact that you would say something like that and then every day devote every action to that, that's pretty out there, man. I'm just saying, for anybody who doubts that Illuminati or Freemasonry is real, that's hilarious, because I'm living proof that it's real. I've been through a million setups behind this stuff. I went through everything and more that movie, You Know What the Messenger was about and depicted. I've been through way more than that. And exactly what it's depicted, I've already been through, actually, a few times. So You know, that's light work. That movie was about what Edward Snowden, the supposed whistleblower. I mean, you all make everything like it's a separate issue. I mean, what is a whistleblower? It's just somebody who speaks the truth. It's just somebody who stands up. There's been a lot of us. There's been a lot of people who stood up. Like I said, William Bill Cooper was another one. You saw what they did to him, and he was, super thug and super gangsta about everything. So he actually stood up and made a stand. And I think a lot of people like me will never forget. You know what I mean? And I'm just being honest, like I don't care what nobody tells you or says, that's a real American. The fact is that the Masons are very real. The Masons are cowards. The Masons, ain't about nothing and this is how they do things, you know what I mean? And it works with certain people, and that's why you have to learn how to pull back a little bit. You got to pull back the reins. You got to start getting smart. You got to play their game, because if they don't have an excuse, they can't move on you. It's literally, this is a matrix. I mean, it's exactly what they were depicting with Neo, and I still think that the concept of Neo kind of being Jesus Christ is real, and I'm Neo in the Matrix. So what does that make me? Like I said, I'm the Messiah. It all makes perfect sense to me. I've reached enlightenment 100% with this. You know what I mean? The fact is that when you're in this world, this realm is not what it's cracked up to be. It's not what you people think. Um, it's very dark, man. This is definitely the devil's playground. This is the dark matrix, and I'm just proud of myself. I know that I've made more of a stand um, against it than anyone I've ever seen, and that's why I don't concern myself when it comes to civilians, because civilians are just civilians. I'm in the middle of an entire, what, with the government, the whole world and everything, and the whole structure and system that stems all the way to the Rome and the Vatican. I mean, I'm shutting down illegal organizations, and I shut down Empower Network. I shut down illegal organizations hands on. I mean, I've done so much in this world, it's unreal. So it's like when we're dealing with civilians and civilians that run their mouth, I just don't have time to entertain it. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, civilians should be smart enough to realize when their savior is moving around to have a little bit of respect, and it's just that simple. Civilians, it's not part of the equation. It's irrelevant. They don't have any power over me. They can't do nothing with me. They can't say nothing to me. It's just irrelevant. I'm just being honest. So it's like, I just see the world for what it actually is, and that's what this is. This is a matrix. Like I said, I'm just saying, I mean, are you people really proud? I mean, is Mahomes really a name that of somebody that should be proud, or is it a name of somebody who's been enabled and is clearly a coward and clearly stands for nothing, clearly has no talent, clearly isn't anywhere near in the shape that I'm in, right? Clearly is not that strong, clearly is not that durable, clearly is just, I mean, everything that I see with that group of people and individuals turns out to be something negative. If you actually pay attention and honestly give an assessment of it, instead of kissing up and doing what, I mean, who dropped the memo? Who said that in this country that was founded by my group, right? And we created and built it. Who said that we have to kiss up to anyone? Why would we have to kiss up to you if we were just being nice? We just said, hey, you can come on over and hang out, and you can be here because we're being nice to you. And then people took advantage of that, and now, oh, it's supposed to be a different world. We ain't going, man. It ain't gonna happen, bro. I promise you, it ain't gonna happen. And there's too many people, right, who are like me, that are going to stand up, and they're not going to put up with nothing you talking about, and we're just bigger and stronger. I'm just being honest. So like entertaining this false sense of control or power, I mean, then why were the people when I was in Green Bay, how come all the dudes, there was like six dudes packed in one car like sardines, and they ran from me when I was in the street? Y'all remember that? And that was on camera, and they're the ones who started talking. Everybody starts something with me, and then they end up running away. Why did they run away? Why, when I got into it, when I was in the Longhorn Steakhouse with the other dude, right, that was doing the so-called dishes, and he didn't want to do his job, and he started running his mouth, right? How come when that happened, he backed down and he basically ran away? You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, what did they do? What group was the other so-called fake manager a part of? His group. So they click up and they stick together, right? So then her excuse was, well, if y'all are going to be talking like this, I can't have you. What, like, first of all, you're not even a real manager or a real boss, and you work for a company where you're a wage slave. You can't tell me nothing. I mean, it's just the fact that when I go into your company, I have to be respected. See, I didn't sign a contract that said, "Oh, I get disrespected now, and I listen to somebody who's literally delusional try to say anything to me, especially when they don't want to work as hard as me and don't want to do their job." That group has a bad habit of not doing their job. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, we live in a world where every day they lie for them and they say, "Oh, they work harder than anyone." Man, that's such a lie. I mean, do y'all want me to put the camera on a construction site and just sit there and show you? We can go to any construction site because they'll be all over it because they dominated the job market and the labor market forever because not because they're willing to work, because they're who's being offered the work. They're being given the opportunities. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to make money, right? And most of them, they're not going to be able to save it, right? They're not going to be able to use it. Let's get real. They're not. They're not going to be able to utilize it, right? And then, like I said, all these other people, they want to chime in and then they want to be like, oh, we should focus on him. So wait, so you're not proud of who you are because you're supposed to be a part of my group. You're not proud of who you are. So you have something against your own. You're proud of that. I mean, you could direct all the attention to me that you want, but I'm gonna still be who I am because I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of my group that I'm a part of. I'm proud of who I am. You see what I'm saying? But if you aren't, then you need to do some deep recollection because you clearly don't know who you are. Whose side are you on? Who are you trying to help? Why would you try to help people unless that you have one thing in common, right? Which is what? Cowardice. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you can help them all you want, just like you cheerleaded, you rooted for them forever. You, like I said, they've been given every opportunity. All the so-called women want to sit there and kiss up to them and pretend that stereotypes aren't real. You log on the internet and they'll tell you on the internet, oh, the world's completely different, and every blonde and white girl is dating around, and they're dating them, and oh, the stereotypes are real. But the actually truth is that I'm living proof that the stereotypes aren't real. In fact, it's the opposite. Yeah. And that's why these people so phased by me because it throws a whole wrench in the whole dark matrix that they've been trying to run, and this illusion that's all false, it's fake, and it doesn't exist. The superior one is right here in front of you, talking to you, and it's clear as day. I mean, look, I mean, how many of them can you get together to screw in a light bulb? I mean, how many of them can you get them together on this network and they still can't come close to competing with one man? I mean, I'm the only one monetized. Like I said, I get all the money on this platform. I'm just taking all the money right in front of them. These people are all, well, some of them are over 50 years old. I'm only 35. What is your excuse? Why can't you people succeed if you were given every opportunity I never had? These are dudes who are completely enabled. I'm talking about everyone does everything for them. They have every excuse made for them in the book, right? It's just like I said, like that Deuce King dude in Austin. He had to move from Austin. He went to like Seguin or something. He's with a wife who's playing him, right? Like that's the thing is that in their group, they don't get any benefits in the end because they've been enabled forever. He gets to ride around G wagons that he don't own, and he can't drive, so then he gets into you know what, and then they give him another car that he doesn't own, right? Because of what? Because what does that have to do with a fake boxing career, bro? You sold your soul, bro. You's a Mason. You were a Mason day one. That's why, like I said, I used to be cool with Deuce, and like now, like when I go to Austin and I see him, I'm gonna just ignore him and walk the other way. Real talk. I'm not shaking your hand no more, nothing, bro, because you's a Mason. I'm not gonna sit here and be catty and cute with Masons no more. I'm over 35. We can go ahead and quit the pretending. No, it ain't happening. You know what I mean? For that reason, because you get unfair treatment, I have a problem with that. That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense that I'm taller than you, right? That I'm better looking, that I'm more handsome, that I'm just more well equipped all around, that I'm just better and I'm superior 100%. Yes. It's not a belief system. It's not a, oh, you can create it and call it something else or call it a group or call it this. No, I mean it's the truth. I mean, who's superior? I mean, is clear as day. That's not an opinion because it's proven right in front of you. Can any of them do 150 pull-ups in one set? I mean, what's wrong with competing and just proving you're the best and then standing on it? I don't understand that. So, like I said, if the so-called women in the world, if any of them were smart or bright or had any intelligence or intellect at all, why are they not literally like all running after me? Not saying that they haven't in the past because they have, but we had a major paradigm shift about 10, 20 years ago, and the world's completely changed. It makes no sense now. And now everybody's just brainwashed and stagnated and in a slow fear-based energy. But my point is, if they were smart, like they claim to be, and want to pretend, but we know they're not, right? And they're all just glued to their phone all day on Facebook and Instagram, wasting their time. Meanwhile, Instagram and TikTok literally have demonic imagery that induces things. I don't have to explain. I mean, you fill in the blank of the word. Induces what? Okay, that's what it does. And then people be like, "Oh, I'm having this happen to me." Yeah, because you're on TikTok. Get off of it. It's demonic. It's like the dude I ran into last. He told me to do Instagram. I tried to take a look at it. It wouldn't even open for me. It's demonic. I'm good. I don't need that. I don't care if they're going to pay me well. It's not worth, anything. It's not worth me going through anything. Like, why? I can't even look at that stuff, bro. It's just weird, man. The imagery is not right, and it's intentional. You feel me? Like, imagine being in a world, bro, where they control what we see and what we hear and what we they want to control what we think and what we feel, but they never will. I mean, maybe with the slaves, but they can't do it with awoken beings. That's the thing. They don't want us to wake up. When are people going to wake up and make a stand and realize, like, we need to unite 100%, and we need to just like get with it and get with the program and start making a stand together. I mean, that's what it's been time for since day one. All this other talk, all this other stuff, all this fake internet celebrity stuff, you can miss me with it, man. That's not what I'm here for. That's the whole point. The public is way behind me, bro. It's all sheep. They're light years behind me. They don't even understand what I'm talking about, and it's pathetic. It's sad because you really should. Like I said, if women were smart, if I've proven that I'm superior in every way, I'm talking about literally every way, in any category, I have more to offer and the best to offer. And that was always my thing. Even growing up, I would always be like that. I'd even tell girls that straight up. I'd be like, but would they be like, oh, I have a boyfriend? I'm like, I don't care. I'm better. And that was the actual truth. I'm better looking, like everything. It's not cockiness. It's not conceit. It's not arrogance. It's just the truth. I mean, we can look in a mirror. I look better, right? So, I mean, if women were smart, wouldn't I have a girlfriend right now? Would I never not have a girlfriend if they were smart, right? If I'm superior, if I'm stronger, if I'm smarter, if I'm more able to do things, everything, wouldn't, if they were smart, wouldn't one of them like tied me down by now and settle down and utilize me? That's what you do if you're smart. You utilize someone for their talent, not use them, but utilize them in a positive sense, right? Because I can provide, I can do everything for anyone. So, like, do you get what I'm saying? So, like, you would give me the opportunity, right, to say, hey, you're on your feet. You, this is, now you can, do everything you need to do, right? And even then, that's not easy for me because of what these people did to me when they called Seton Hospital. Another thing I want to point out that I've never seen happen to anyone else in the other group. So we don't have the same rules. Like I said, my group and my people, we go through it more than anyone. Everybody's hating on us. Is that not the truth? What? They don't want to talk about this. You know what I mean? Somebody like Nutwad, he'll never talk about this. Like I said, he has a chip on his shoulder too towards my group, and it's like, who cares? I mean, all of you do. You have a jaded sense of reality. I mean, you're so convenient, bro. I mean, it's just such weakness. You're so weak. I mean, every time I hear you say something good about people in your group, but when it's my group or me, oh, I don't get the same rules. That don't make no sense. You say one MC is that he's good, but then you listen to my track and then you clearly love my track and love my lines, but you just hate to love me. You just can't admit like there is no MC that could ever come close to me, and you talent wise are nowhere near me. You can't sing like me at all. You can't sing at all. You can't make a chorus at all, right? And you can't rap like me at all. Your style is nowhere near my speed, my frequency, my timing. I mean, you're just not me. I sound better than you. I got a better voice. I mean, that's the first thing too. You got to have a voice. You got that other noob over there, and he just doesn't have a voice, period. Like, you do not have a voice for radio, and you don't have a voice for music. Like, give it up. Give it up, Harvey. You understand? Because you're wasting your time. I'm just telling y'all the truth, man. My thing is, I'm gonna continue to make a stand, and this is all I'm gonna talk about. Yes, if you don't like it, I mean, do something about it, whoever, because ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. Because this is the truth, and it needs to be said 100%. This is what's relevant. And when you all stop kissing up and stop giving opportunities to the other group, right? Then we won't have to talk about it. But as long as they're getting opportunities that I'm not being given, right, and there's no fairness and no equality, I mean, this is a country that's supposed to be based off equal rights. Like I said, that's the problem is everybody, they sold everyone this fake American dream that really doesn't exist, right? And now that group is just finding out just a little bit. Okay, they're exaggerating, bro. They really haven't found out anything. You're still being kissed up to. You're still getting every opportunity. This is what you don't want to talk about. Nothing has happened. It's been some numbers, a few people. It's not that many. It's not near as many as they say, and what they said is not even that many because there's 8 billion people in the world. It's not that many. And my point is, with all this stuff that's going on right now, I mean, that's just a small example, but it goes to show you that the devil lies. The devil, it's not the devil is a lie, like they had Rick Ross say, because he's a demonic agent. It's the devil lies. So you see what I'm saying? Like all y'all was riding with Satan, till the wheels fall off until you figured out, oh wow, Satan don't care about me. Y'all do the same things in relationships all the time. So if you just got knowledge and listen to someone like me, you wouldn't have to go through relationships like that, right? See, that's the thing I don't understand why you have women who are good looking, they're beautiful, they're cute, you know what I mean? Like they should be normal women and they're running around. I see them every day on the news on YouTube and everything getting locked up, committing serious crimes like theft, identity theft, all sorts of crazy stuff and half of those women, right? I'm looking at and I'm like, wow, that could end up being like that could have been my wife. Real talk, like that could be my girlfriend. That could have been my future wife, but instead look at what they're running around doing. Does that make sense to you? I'm asking a serious question. Why is it every time I talk on this network somebody some stranger feels like their perception of reality that's absolute delusion and doesn't exist somehow judges how I talk? What I'm saying makes perfect sense. Any one of those women could have an opportunity to be my wife and my girlfriend, but instead they're running around crazy, and then all this bad stuff is happening that they're going through. I mean, you know what I mean? Like there's crazy stuff going on in the news, right? And they're getting locked up, all sorts of stuff is going on. And it's like, what would possess someone other than demonic possession, which is going on with them a lot? What would possess someone to do this type of stuff? Desperation? It's just like I've been in front of women, so-called girls, so-called women, right? They're always blind. They can't ever see what's right in front of them. Like that's my thing. Like, a normal woman, they would see me and they'd be like, the first time they saw me, I'm just being honest. And then this is the thing is y'all are so superficial. You change it and you say it in the opposite set tone and force, like I said. So they'll be like, well, what do you believe in love at first sight? Like you're using words and making something literal that's not literal. When somebody sees someone, love at first sight, first of all, does exist. It's 100% real. Number two, they should be able to look at someone and look in their eyes and see that person and already know like everything. If you're telepathic like me and you're intuitive, they don't even have to talk to me and I already can feel or know what's up. It's happened a million times. I don't know what y'all talking about. Like it happened to me when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I looked like Eminem. We were sitting in this function, and I remember turning around, and I felt like somebody was staring at me. I turned around, and I actually met this chick that like things didn't work out because she was like brainwashed by rock music or whatever. And like I said, the same demonic element, right? This is half the reason why I do what I do. And but like it was just so weird because she was looking at me, and like I literally was able to like spot her out in the crowd with her energy, just her looking at me because I could feel it. And so I started looking at her back and then like she smiled and stuff. And like me personally, like being honest, I got like a chill. Like I was like, what the hell? Like in a good way, you know what I mean? Because like she was cute, she was good looking, or whatever. And like we ended up talking and stuff, you know what I mean? And for a good while, like, not much happened. And, I was in high school, so I didn't have time to do much or whatever, but the experience was nice. You know what I mean? It got me through a lot of what I was going through, just dealing with her and talking to her. And she was pretty cool, you know what I mean? So it's like, my whole deal is, I mean, when you look at someone, you should know what you're looking for. You should know what you're doing. Like I said, these women are lost. And then, the other thing I notice when they get arrested all the time and they go to jail, they're all fake. That's the problem now. Like I said, it's because people are not, what love. They're just doing whatever and they don't know what they're doing. I told y'all don't know what you're doing. I'm just being honest. It's clear because that's what you're producing. You're producing fake individuals like robots. That's what they do. They're fake. They have a fake demeanor and they'll fake cry in front of them, right? Because they want to elicit sympathy. Everything is manipulative instead of being a real woman. We're not getting human beings anymore. We're basically getting lizards because that's what lizards do. Lizards are cold. Lizards have no heart. Lizards have no nurturing capability. They can go through the motions and fake it, but that's as far as they'll go. And if you look at the current state of so called women, that's what we have. We don't have women. We have like lizards. I'm being honest with you. So, like I said, all y'all who say, "Oh, I have a girlfriend," you have a pet lizard. I'm not joking, and that's the way I look at it. When I see you dudes that oh, you have a girlfriend and you're like so proud and that's your thing and your claim to fame, yeah, you judge your self worth off of a woman. You got a lot to learn, Hoss. You got a lot to learn, bro, because that's the worst mistake you can make. hmm And that's what'll drag you down quicker than anything. A so-called woman. Yep. Especially putting your sense of self worth in them. You feel me? If you don't believe me, how would I not know because I've done it? See, I know these things because I've been there. That's what people don't get. I have more life experience than anyone you'll ever meet. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Like I said, it comes back down to the fact that, with this instance of what happened, like I said, John Rocker was trying to be nice. He stood his ground as far as I'm concerned. Mahomes ran away and tucked his tail between his legs, and that's what matters. Not these football games, not anything. What matters is literally when people actually are in front of each other, right? And they actually challenge each other and who runs away, that's what matters. Real talk. Those are the things that matter. All this other stuff, it don't matter. All the football stuff is just a distraction. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just being honest because, I mean, like I said, you can clearly see that they feel some way, right? Why did it take so long for him to say that? Like Mahomes' dad, like, man, that group of people has felt this way for so long, bro. You're gonna start voicing it now. It's kind of late now, bro. You know what I mean? That's the thing. See, they want to do things on their time. That's just cowardice, man. Oh, now you want to pretend you're tough. Man, come on, bro. Now everybody's older, everybody's tired, everybody's not in the mood. You know what I mean? So it's just never going to happen because people are just going to look at you and laugh and walk away because we're not in that mode anymore. We were in that mode about 20 years ago when we challenged everybody right in front of their face and nobody wanted to do nothing. Everybody ran away, right? You get what I'm saying? People want to do things on their time because they hide behind the internet and they hide behind the system. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? And like it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, you see people doing what? Posing. You know what I mean? Because I mean, the fact is, if you smart at all, at the end of the day, anyway, you're gonna realize like if you make a decision like that in front of people, I mean, all that's gonna happen is you're gonna go to jail. That's not a smart decision. They both made a smart decision to walk away. You understand? Especially John Rocker because he was drinking, and I think he might have had a drink in his hand. And that's really bad because then they could probably get him on public intoxication. Even that video alone, they technically could. And see, that's the thing too. People be committing crazy crimes. They never get punished for them. And there's no law applied. I don't understand. Like so, like I said, I mean, all of it is a joke. The system of law in this country is a joke. The courtrooms are a joke. Lawyers are a joke. The judges are a joke. The DAs are a joke. It's all corrupt. It's just a free for all of nonsense. And then it's just funny to me how it's like all these people, like I said, they were like, Trump, 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 go Trump, give me a T, give me an R, give me a U, and give me M, give me a P, Trump, Trump, Trump. And then the minute that he enforced just one little policy, right? And they started doing, what they're doing now with the deportation and all that, and the ICE arrests. All of a sudden, the whole attitude changed. First of all, I mean, this was like a ghost town in the valley. Everybody literally like fled. So that goes to show you what, I mean, is it like 90+% here that are probably illegal? That's the first question you got to ask yourself. And is that okay in our country? Does that make sense to you? Right? I mean, how did they get here if they didn't cross? Because they did. Number one. Number two, a lot of them they cross like every single day and they work, they do everything. So that's a whole system you have built for them. But I'm an American. We don't have any system like that. How does that make sense? I'm an American. We don't get nothing, but they get everything. That makes sense. That doesn't make sense, right? That's complete favoritism and complete corruption. That's a country that nobody would want to live in. Like I said, welcome to the modern day America. You feel me? This is the reality. See, I said this a long time ago. I said they're turning America into a ghetto and a hood. They turned the whole world into a hood, but they're turning America into a third world country. 100%. It already is. That's why y'all don't get. I knew what I do wasn't a choice. I knew I was going to have to do what I'm doing. It's not a choice. It's not on one stance or just that either. It's on a whole lot of stances, but it's necessary. It has to be done. It has to happen. There has to be a Batman. There is no other choice. I'm just being honest. That's what people don't get because of how bad things have gotten. And when I say bad, I'm saying unfair, how outnumbered I am. I mean, you got to remember, bro, I'm in the valley by myself. Everything I do dolo, I do by myself. All of them, they operate in groups. They literally do everything like canned sardines in a group of like 20 of them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if people want to say something about me, I mean, you don't have the heart to do what I do. Period. I held my own dolo down here. You have no clue what's happened down here with me. You have no clue how much I've been through. You don't understand how many times I've won. You don't have a clue who I am, and you don't know nothing about me. Keep my name out your mouth. I'm someone that people really can't speak my name. No, I'm too gangsta. People cannot talk about me or speak my name for real. You don't know me. See, I'm not these other people, and that's what I always remind people when I meet them. Like, I'll tell people right up in their face, right in front of them. I'll get right in front of them, and I've told plenty of people. You can ask Miguel from that church group. I told him. I tell people straight up. I tell them, listen, homie, I'm not these other dudes, man. You know, and that's what narcs do. They create this term. See, that's the thing when I tell y'all talking wrong and saying all the wrong things when you start trying to talk to me cute. Like it's just like he said in that movie, U.S. Marshal. You sure you want to get cute with me? I'm not the one to get cute with, man. If I'm telling you something, I mean what I'm saying. Like I'm not the one. It's just like I said. He said that same thing that they tried to do in that email recently, where they say, "Oh, gangster Tyree." There's no such thing as gangster Tyree. You don't get to categorize my moods and tell me who I am when I'm one person. Tyree is a gangster. I've never changed. I'm not two different people. I'm not a persona and I'm not soft. You people came out on the internet and you started trying to talk about me and make statements about me that were all invalid and true without asking me. That's why you have me misconstrued. You don't know nothing about me because you didn't come ask me. Common sense. I mean, hey, I mean, if you run around all day and you're just trying to upset someone by misquoting them and saying they're someone they're not, clearly you're not going to get the gist of who they are. So now you know there is no gangster Tyree and then a nice Tyree. There's just one Tyree who happens to be an all out gangster, right? So, like I said, any woman, what do they want? A woman is going to want a gangster, a real woman. We don't have that anymore. What we have now is a joke, and that means all of you. That's what it is, and that's what you are. I don't care what you have to say. Like I said, if anybody has anything to say it right in front of me. What are they going to say? What are they going to do? Nothing. What? They're powerless, bro. They're nobody, man, and they're soft. Just like the so-called men who ain't men. Come on, bro. Are you serious? Ain't nobody going to say or do nothing. That's the world we live in. Like I said, they're comfortable being a joke. You understand? Like I said, I stand on everything I've done and said because what I've said and done really, really honestly put everybody in their place supremely. Like I showed I'm not the one to mess with. I'm proud of myself. Real talk. Like I said, people wanted to take everything and turn it into some alternate reality. Like, yeah, that stuff works on the internet, maybe, and it doesn't even work there, but you can do it on the internet. You can't do that out here in reality. It just don't fly. It don't. I'm not at anyone's discretion or opinion. I didn't ask you how you feel. I'm a man. I gotta stand up for mine. I gotta protect myself and my investments and what I pay for and that's it. What I hustle for. If I work hard for something, I'm gonna protect it, right? At all costs, right? Common sense. You know what I mean? Nothing needs to be spelled out, man. It's just common sense. But like I said, that's just the truth. Women today, when they see a man doing anything and trying to succeed, I mean, they act like they think they're gatekeepers or they think they're someone. I mean, with this fake laugh and stuff, I mean, the reason why you're trying to laugh is because you know you're delusional and you're trying to keep from crying because it's causing you some kind of pain to see a man succeed. And that's just not a woman. Like I said, that's why I don't waste my time. So all you dudes with your fake girlfriends, have fun with that, man, because they're gonna do nothing but drag you down. Now watch my promises come true. Watch my words come true. They will do nothing but drag you down. They will do nothing but assist you in going the wrong direction, distract you from being focused and being successful because it's honestly all that matters. They don't matter. They don't see themselves as mattering. They could matter, but they don't have any self-worth or self-value. None of them. I ain't seen one yet who has one. See, that's the thing. People want to act like I've met one yet. I ain't met a woman yet. I ain't seen a woman yet. I've seen a bunch of whatever. I don't know what you call them. You know, you can call them whatever you want, but I ain't seen no women. I seen Chewbacca. You know what I mean? When I watch Star Wars and when I look around, you know, America, but I don't see no women. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just being honest. You feel me? I don't see nothing slightly comparable that could even ever qualify as being somewhere remotely close to a woman. A woman has feelings. I mean, a woman has a real heart. I mean, what happened to that? You know, that's something that we should be concerned about. You know, like I said, with all the people who pretended to have an issue with me online and don't know me and said all these things that they can't back up and they run from me in the street and stuff. I mean, a lot of them involved so-called women who I've never met and don't know. I mean, why would you feel that way towards a good man and a good person? That doesn't make sense. These are like armies of clones. And, you know, the thing with me is I just don't sweat and I don't worry about it because I know that we're never going to cross paths. Even if they say that we are, even on the internet, if they make a video saying it's all fake, they're just talking fake stuff. We're never going to cross paths, man, because they don't have any heart. They're not willing to stand on anything. They just do it for the internet, and I understand that now. So it's like I accept it, and it's all good. I don't care because everybody talks. People have a right to talk. I don't have an issue with that. I don't care what people say. You know what I mean? Question is, do you believe in what you're saying? Because they don't. And my whole issue with it is I'm different. I'm built different because I'm a man. When I say something, I stand on it. When I say something, I mean it and I back it up to whoever though. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, I just hope that I teach people, man. I hope that people learn from me. I hope that I'm a role model for people out there, and I hope that people listen to my words and what I have to say because it's the truth. I mean, like I said, I'm not being hard on any particular individual or group of people or anything. I'm saying the truth that needs to be said. I'm tired of it and I'm sick of it. We live in a country that makes absolutely no sense. I'm just asking, when are we going to be fair here? Because until we are, I'm going to keep on opening my mouth and I'm going to keep on, you know, making it one big joke because that's what it is. And I'm going to keep on laughing. I mean, whenever we want to get fair here, you let me know. Whenever I get an opportunities, any opportunity at all, whenever I'm allowed to actually work in my own country that I'm from and they ain't, whenever I'm allowed any kind, I'm talking anything, like any opportunity. I mean, when is the treatment going to be reversed? They've gotten everything handed to them. Okay, I mean, they're taking over my hometown, Austin, Texas. They're taking over my city, literally. I'm talking about they went from having these little gyro food trucks to having restaurants to now they're taking over every single block and every single food truck in Austin. That Austin, I guarantee, has the heaviest population of that, like not when I say that group, it's broadened, but I mean a specific group. It has the highest population of it. I can guarantee it already because they have taken over that city. And I'm talking about not in a macho stance or a strong stance. They're not a strong people, but just literally by overpopulation alone. That's what everybody's on. Everybody's trying to get together and act like there's an inside thing that they know, like an inside joke, you know what I mean? And it's like they're gonna stick together with their people, and it's just, oh, I don't count, and you know, I'm the enemy, and that's fine. But just understand, when you go against me, you go against God. And I can guarantee you with Austin, that's what Austin is. Austin is like a typical like Babylon. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you the truth. It's like Babylon and what happened with Babylon. You understand? It's to be expected. You can take one look at Austin and see that it's a tech bubble that's already burst, right? You can see that they're not going to be able to suffice or keep business sufficient with what they're doing and the pace they're moving at. Yeah, like I guarantee you they don't make that much money with the food trucks and they'll fail because they don't even know how to speak English. How are they going to run those food trucks and be applicable to people and relate to people the way that I did? They can't make the kind of money I made out there. I guarantee you they can't. Well, what are they gonna do? They can't even talk, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, like none of you have a problem with this. This is like the, you know, the different things that they did in New York with living costs and all that in the neighborhoods and how they're able to push, you know, push you slowly, you know, out the neighborhood, you know, with the living cost, how they jack it up. They're doing this all over the place. You know, I mean, at what point are people going to make a stand? I mean, like I said, I mean, you know, it's the same thing with every ghetto when they were cleaning them up after I was 16. After about 20 years old, I mean, they kind of cleaned up all the ghettos and hoods. When I was 16, they were the hood. They were real. After that, hoods didn't exist. I'd say probably around when I was 20 something, all the hoods got cleaned up. When I went back to Tarpon Springs, the hoods had already been cleaned up. They turned it into like a convenient, suburb. It wasn't the hood no more. It was a suburb. The actual hood. Like I've seen it firsthand, and like I already knew they were going to do that because I study this stuff. The hood, I'm talking about all out hood, got turned into like a wannabe like suburb slash like projects that now, like, sure, it was like a little bit more friendly and nicer, but it was all fake and it looked different. It had a different structure. It just wasn't the hood no more. It wasn't our home. It wasn't what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? And that's my issue is like this is my land. Like people really need to have that outlook and understand sometimes you just gotta make a stand, bro. I don't care how you take it. I mean, sometimes you have to stand up and say, no, this is my land and we ain't going. And you ain't gonna tell me nothing because this ain't yours. Now get on, boy. That's what you got to do sometimes, straight up. Yeah, and like I said, when I was out there, I actually did do that. I'm the only one, and I ain't even from there originally. Can you imagine? So I mean, if I was willing to do that, how come they weren't? They from there. They grew up there and everything. I didn't grow up there. I was there for a short time, and I still just felt like it belonged to me. You know what I mean? And I'm about defending and protecting the hood and communities. So how come they didn't do that if they from there? They just let them do whatever they want. That's what y'all do. Y'all just let the government do whatever they want with you, tell you whatever. See the difference? And I'm gonna tell you something else. That group of people, they're famous for that. That's why they're able to be put in these leagues like the NFL. You think Mahomes is an athlete or a slave? Let's get real. Why don't you get real with yourself? You see what I'm saying? You people want to tell me something. You want to talk about so-called women. So-called women, right? That you think look good. Like I'm talking like supermodels. Are hypersensitive with the most fragile ego in the world and something I don't desire or want in any way, shape, or form. If they're attractive, who cares? They're not attractive because of their attitude. I remember that there was girls like that and they'd be like talking about, oh, Floyd Mayweather's coming to town. I'm team TMT or whatever the hell it's called, right? I mean, are we serious right now? Talking about a 3 foot tall, you know what, that's part of that group that isn't even a boxer, hasn't won one match ever in his life at all. They've all been rigged and they've lied about every single one. And you're proud about a 3 foot tall ant guy. That makes sense to you? Because, oh, they put a chain around him. Like I said, they could do it with a cockroach. They could give the cockroach a chain, have him start rapping, and these women would be like, oh, and cheering for the cockroach. I promise you. If you don't believe me, they need to try it. I promise you, bro, they can make anything a star at this point. Real talk. They might as well start making animals stars because that's what it is. That's what you're doing already. Floyd Mayweather, bro. And then all those people getting their karma. Floyd Mayweather just tucked his tail between his legs and got chased right into his little truck that he don't own. Right, and he ran away, scared. Right. Oh, but I thought he was tough. Remember internet people? Remember you wanted to keep bringing up these names of people, but yet they're getting their karma and so are you and the real is just laughing. We just laughing and going on about our lives, no matter how difficult they are. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, my life's harder than anyone's, but at least I'm the champ. At least I'm the victor. At least I'm the Braveheart. You feel me? What do we have in common? Nothing. How are we the same? We're not. You feel what I'm saying? People talk a lot, man, but do you actually like make sense? So you can break down every single word of any show I've ever done, and this entire show you can rewind it and listen to the whole tape back. There's not anything in it that's not documented fact. That's not actual factual of reality what people don't want to face. You want to tell me about these different people. You want to tell me about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was a narcissist that didn't care about Green Bay and threw every game. Aaron Rodgers never got paid. He didn't make any money. He's just, honestly, he has a hippie like mentality and he doesn't care about anything. And that's probably why, because he's probably always smoking weed. Let's just get real, right? I mean, and then they act like that's a drug if it's in somebody else's possession or hands. But when it comes to the athletes, they tend to let them do whatever they want. That's why I laughed with the whole thing with Michael Jordan's son. Finally, a little bit of justice, right? Finally, a little bit of hometown justice. And they got tired of this entitlement and attitude. I'm Michael Jordan's son. I heard Michael Jordan already disowned him. Don't want nothing to do with him. Because of that, you should already felt like that then. I mean, you knew what he was doing. It ain't no secret. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And who was with him? Abroad from what? My group. Not his group, my group. My group is betrayal artists. My group has no loyalty to their own. My group has no loyalty or faith and doesn't realize that they have real men within our group. They don't care. So I mean, who are you? I mean, you betrayed your own group thinking and seeking acceptance from somebody else who doesn't even have any worth and you don't take seriously. Let's get real. You're just using them. All of them, you can tell, and you're not even going to do anything real for the most part. You'll do whatever because you have no self worth or self value, and that's not what it's about. That's what they're after is nonsense. That's not about nothing. That's all people without any self worth and self value. Because I'm gonna tell you what, a real woman who has any self worth or self value, they're gonna be proud of who they are, and they're gonna stand up for their people. They ain't gonna be running around with Michael Jordan's son looking silly, just sitting there. Oh, I'm wearing this dress. Oh, everyone look at me. That's all. That's somebody who just wants attention. Attention for what? Like bad? That's all negative press. You want to look like that on the news? She didn't look good, right? She didn't even look good physically. She wasn't attractive. It looks like some kind of, weird Barbie doll. Real talk. Like, that's the thing I'm saying. Like, with all these so called women that they think that they're such a high commodity, they're so desired and wanted, and they have an answer for everything. If they got around me and actually had to spend time with me, bro, I'd have answers for them that they would never expect. I would actually tell them the truth about them and they would not be able to handle it. hmm No, I'm not a nice guy. What do you mean? I'm not supposed to be. What are you talking about? Nah. I bet a bunch of so called women would come around me and if we just had a conversation, I bet you they would cry because their fragile little ego can't handle the reality of what I am and what I'm bringing to the table and what I'm talking about. And I wouldn't have to, I could do it in a very nice way, but just me saying the truth would be enough. You understand? I mean, y'all want to talk about women, but you don't know anything about women. I was like when I went to jail that one time, right? And literally the dude's like, "Do you know what a woman is? I mean, do you know what a woman is? You're part of that group. I mean, what have y'all ever known about women? You're trying to literally like take my seconds and come, like after me like sea plankton, like I'm literally like the orca and you're the sea plankton. I mean, you can't be serious." Do I know what a woman is? Oh, it's an emotional being, bro. A woman is a human being just like anybody else, and these women are brainwashed. That's the issue. It's called monarch mind control and MK Ultra. These women that you call them women in the world, they're all brainwashed. They're all under programs that are meant for mind control. But you want to sit here and say that they do these things off independent thought. Oh, it's what she wants. She doesn't know what she wants. She's under mind control. Anybody who's actually educated and has studied these programs can tell you that in 5 seconds by looking at them. So what do you mean? You think that when somebody's under mind control, they're operating independently off of their own mindset? Nope, because that's what mind control does. You understand? Is it completely their fault? No, but it's a little bit their fault because they refuse to stand up for themselves. See, I've never preached anything but what's good for women and to help women. I'm who stood up for y'all, and y'all are completely ungrateful and completely aloof and have no concept of reality. No, what I'm trying to do is get you out of your slavery, literally. I'm trying to get you to wake up and stand up for yourself and claim your birthright of who and what you are. And you all don't want to do it. You want to just sit there and be docile and be sheep. Be my guest. Why would I care? See, that's the thing. Why would I care about sheep? See what I'm saying? That's just like on here. Like I said, why would anyone, a stranger that I don't even know who it is or who I'm talking to suddenly because they're moving around, right? And they're committing felonies. Why would they feel entitled to talk to me or be with me or my energy or anything? I wouldn't care if you brought 80 million to the table. I can tell you to walk away. It's still up to me whether I say yes or no. What are you talking about? I don't, it's not just about money with me. It's about what kind of person you are. Like, yeah, I need money. It's like, that's what I need. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I'd like, but I want love too. You know what I mean? I want somebody who's genuine, who actually cares about me. That's the first thing I want. And I made that perfectly clear. Not money. I want someone that cares. The money is a necessary thing that I need. Not what I want, it's what I need. See what I'm saying? And either way, I mean, I don't know if it'll change much anyway with what I'm going through physically, what happened to me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand the world at all, man. I think that people really should listen and gather something from it because it's just ridiculous. That's why, like, when you dudes, like, especially these people that drive around, they just silly. I don't want to talk to none of them. Like, please don't talk to me anymore. Please stop approaching me. I'm not your friend. I don't want to be. I don't know y'all. Cause it's just lame, bro. And a lot of them, they be doing that, bro, too. Like they have like a so-called woman around, and it's like, and then they be saying mixed messages. One minute it's, oh, this person is this to me. Then it's another like, I can't do it with y'all, man. I just can't, bro. I'm just being honest. I ain't never seen so many super simps in my life. Real talk. Super, not only super simps, but super simps for unattractive women. Like the women that y'all talk about on this network and that I see dudes talk about in real life and reality when you're like, "Oh my goodness, she looks so good." I've had women that look 30 times better. I'm just being real. And I'm talking like a million times. Like it's like when people will get online and they tell me, "Yeah, you get no girls, you get no women, blah blah blah." But I've literally been with and had more women than any man or woman who will ever walk on the face of this earth. Literally. Like, that's what like, I was being modest, but let me get real with you. I've probably been with, like, I mean, I don't know, realistically, thousands easily. I don't know if it's hundreds of thousands. Like, realistically, not joking, I've lost count. Like, why wouldn't I? I'm 35, and, like, like, that's what people even told me when I was coming up, when I was growing up in the game, like, once I was, like, a teenager and got, like, in my 20s. Even dudes would tell me that. They're like, "Yeah, like you're a good-looking guy," and they would like joke around with me about it and say something positive to me like, "Go get 'em," whatever, like, because they already knew how I was moving. So like, I've always gotten women. That's not even a priority or a thing anymore. I mean, the thing is, at this point, they have no value, and it's not something that I want. If a man turns around and I used to make rap songs saying, "I will stop rapping when women stop liking," and you can just figure out the rest. Now we're there. So should I stop rapping? No, I'm not going to stop rapping for them. I don't care what they do. I'm just telling you the truth. I've never heard or seen anything like this in my life. I can't believe this is the world we live in. It's a joke. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, bro. This is my country, but you're going to do and give everything to everyone else, and we gets nothing. How does that? And then, oh, we're supposed to stand up and make a big fuss about? Man, I'm good. It's just like with all the stuff that like even with the readings when it's talking about, well, you got to go out to get your blessings, and I'm not going through that again. I don't care what you say, bro. It ain't a matter of faith. I got faith. I prove myself. God needs to deliver. I'm not doing that again, bro. I mean, I'll try. I'm not saying I won't do it. I will try. I'll try, and I understand the message. I understand the reality of it. But like, that's not fair, man. That's not fair at all, bro. Like, no, bro. This is becoming like where I'm just being led on for years and years. Like, no, dude, that's not how this was supposed to go, man. No, and I understand, like, oh, God's time and divine time, and I believe that too. I don't doubt it for a minute, but it ain't right, man. That ain't okay, bro. Nah, man, I've struggled enough, bro, and I'm not in physical shape to struggle like that. I'm just not with what happened to me. So if you wanted me to do that, you shouldn't have let all this happen to me. Because God was literally saying that it was intentional, that He allowed it all to happen. Like I'm still in my feelings about that. You gonna let all that happen to me for no reason? It hasn't happened to any human being in the history of humanity, except for me, what I went through physically, and now I have to deal with it every day with no guarantee of if I'm gonna even have tomorrow because of what they did to me when they called Seton Hospital. You understand? Like, are you serious right now? Like, I'm just being honest, like, I have free will too, and, like, I'm not going against what God has to say either, but I'm just too tired. I can't do it. I can't, bro. I'll try my best to do what I can, but that's all I can do, and I'm sure that's all He's asking for, but I'm just saying, bro, I mean, you can't expect me to go out my way and keep on struggling, like, but I do understand, like, the believing in the miracles and Him delivering, and that I believe in, yes. But I'm just being honest. My answer is that I'm tired, you know what I mean? And it's unfair, man. I should have just been like given, the money that I deserve and given my blessings. I've done everything. I've had faith. I've done the whole thing, man, and genuine from my heart, and not to expect anything in return. You know what I mean? If I don't get anything, I'm cool. I still love God and believe in God. Seriously, He don't even have to give me nothing. I'm straight. I love God for real, and I believe in God 100%. And like, I'll do whatever He asks me. So I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna do it. But I'm just saying, how is that fair? That's not fair. It's not, bro. It's been too many years, man. I've done too much. I've tried every angle. I've tried everything. That's not okay, man. That's not right. It's not. This whole situation ain't right, bro, and that's my problem. But it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? So I'm just venting to you reality and how I feel, man. But like I said, I don't know. People can tell themselves what they want. I mean, it's just like on this network, bro. It's just a bunch of Masons running around, ain't doing nothing. I mean, that's all it is. It's just Masons. It's just people with nothing to do. They wearing their Masonic symbolism that you know what it represents on their little T-shirts, and worried about internet fake celebrities and stuff. They ain't even really making money. They won't even allow any of them to make money. So what's the point? What's the point? I'm the only actual full-fledged celebrity on here who doesn't have any of the issues the other ones do, who's an actual celebrity. They're not. This is genuine over here. All their stuff was rigged and fake with the Masons, right? And they signed deals with the devil, and I didn't, right? And never would. I don't sell my soul. I love God and I believe in God and I'll always have my soul. So I mean, they don't even let them make money, but me, I'm the only actual full-fledged genuine celebrity, and I make my own money on here. I get paid on here, and nobody can stop a thing. Nobody can do a thing to change it or stop it. Like I'm gonna get paid no matter what on here. Like I said, the check is almost around 106. It'll be higher tomorrow. Um, I've already got everything going, man. Like I don't know what to tell you, man. As far as all that, that's on autopilot. It's just what I'm going through. That's what I'm worried about. You know what I mean? And I can't do anything about it. You know. So, oh no, man. I just don't get it, man. It's just like, like it's like a restaurant in the valley. Like if I go to a restaurant in the valley, I walk in, they all have an attitude and it's all like cynical and like they try to look like they're judging me. It's like, bro, you're in my country. First of all, that's number one. Number two, I'm not asking you for a job or asking you for anything. It's something that literally like, I mean, why should it be an issue if I'm from here and you're not? But they have an attitude like it's the opposite. Like, oh, that's okay. Keep having that attitude, man. Real talk, because God is real. Real talk. That's why I don't ask nobody for nothing. I don't know what people are talking about. Like, no, so-called women, they beg every second, every day. I ain't never begged nobody for nothing. I come on here, I provide a service, I run a business, and you people have to pay me. If you don't, I'm going to block your account. That's what I said. What does that have to do with begging? That's not begging. What are you talking about? But they beg every day. They can't even have a conversation. They're all antisocial. You can't even talk to them no more without them feeling entitled. Like everybody doesn't want you. I'll tell y'all straight up to your face. I don't care who you are. I'll tell you, any building I get in, if I'm around y'all, I'll go out of my way to tell you now because it's ridiculous. And see, that's the thing. Like, imagine a world where a guy who's nothing but a good dude and I got nothing but love in my heart, but I have to go out my way to tell you all reality. And then see, they'll try to paint it another way. Oh, he's bitter. They'll project, oh, he's this. No, you're who's bitter and mad. I'm just telling you reality that the world you all think that you're in, it doesn't exist. Like, you're in denial, bro. You're an actual delusion. Like nothing you're saying exists. And you want me to just sit here and be like, oh, yeah, let me lie to you. No, I'm an awoken being. I can see what you don't. And I'm telling you reality that you can't deal with if you're told it because you couldn't handle it. You can't handle reality. I think it's funny. That's the problem with a lot of people on this network. That's the problem with most people in the world. They can't comprehend and deal with actual reality, right? They keep having these readings talking about your person, your soulmate, your twin flame, your person. Ain't nobody my person. Why do I need to hear about it? It ain't happening ever. None of that. None of that is even being entertained. We will never have a conversation about none of that. That's silly to even say. Once I move forward, I move forward. Like my game when it comes to that, like my game when it comes to not dealing with people is excellent. Once I move forward, that's it. Once somebody wrongs me even one time, if you say something even wrong to me or you look at me the wrong way, I'm walking the other way now. I'm getting the hell away and I'm not talking to you. Once somebody tries to act like they can get leverage or just continue to try to elicit information about me and my business when they can't even prove who they are or explain what's going on, yeah, that's silly, man. I'm good. It's called the block button. And then we move forward. Like what? Bro, I'm a businessman, bro. I'm a ruthless gangster and a ruthless businessman. How would anyone think that they're going to be able to do that with me? I don't care what you do. I don't care what you fabricate. I don't care what you type. I don't care what you do. It'll never affect me. I don't answer to you. Who the hell are you and who the hell do you think you are? And who the hell do you think you're talking to? Boy? Huh? Any of you. What are you talking about? You ain't talking to me. I'm a boss. What? You know how hard I worked to get to this point? You know how hard I worked to get this much power? You know how many dues I have to pay in the street to get this much power? But you think my power is just negotiable? You think it's free? You think anybody can take it? Well, then take it. If you could, you would, right? But you can't because you're not capable. Yeah, that's why I have the power because I took it because I'm strong enough to. You know what I mean? Just like 50 said, man, these people ain't strong enough. None of them. Like I said, all that group, they're not strong. They're weak. So I could care less what you say because you play football, baseball, and basketball for leagues that literally have you in modern day slavery. You don't get paid one red cent for it. That's a slave, bro. I don't care what you say. That's in modern day slavery, bro. All I'm doing is pointing out the truth that y'all don't want to face. So of course you mad. I can understand why Mahomes, fake dad, who doesn't even he's not even built like a father or a man, right? And John Rocker is. Shout out to him and respect to him. Like I said, you know, like I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. I mean, I can understand why they would be mad. Why would you be mad now? Like I said, something's not going your way. You see what I'm saying? So that's good. That means karma is real. That means God is at work. Because trust me, God's been seeing this for years. You really think that God is on y'all's side? They love to talk about God, but yet they all devil worshippers. When it's convenient for them, they talk about God. There's one on this network right now. She just came out and admitted that she's a devil worshiper. Then she turns around and tells other people, blah, 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 and starts bringing up God. You're not a believer in God. Like, what the hell? You don't believe in God. You can't just change it when it's convenient for you. See, you want some weak stuff. No, what you do every day is you get on here online and you whine about the same individual. All y'all do it, right? And you whine and you whine and you say this and that and you say empty, you know what statements that are illegal and you should go to prison for, and you just whine because you're not liking how things are going. You're trying to make yourself feel better by saying, oh, these things aren't happening, but really you already lost and they already dragged you down and they won against you because you allowed them to, right? Because you bowed down. Why? Because your faith isn't strong. People don't understand on here. You can have all the spirits you want. You can run to demons, whoever. Ain't nobody gonna save you but God. I assure you. You understand? Ain't nobody gonna stand up and handle all that and that battle for you except for God. Demons can't do it. Spirits can't do it. Ancestors can't do it. God has to do it. Ain't nobody gonna do the impossible for you but God. I promise that. He's the only one who can. I'm just being honest. So, like I said, people are fake, fair weather, superficial. It's just all a bunch of fake stuff. I just don't have time for it. I'm not trying to hear it. You know, I don't know who does, but I for sure don't. You feel me? I'm proud to be me, man. I'm proud of my people. I'm proud of who I am. Proud of how far I've come. I'm proud of how much I've accomplished. I'm proud that I exhibit strength. I believe in my people, man. I stand up for my people and my group. Yes. And if that requires being against all others, then that's what it is. I mean, because at this point, that's kind of what it calls for, man. I'm standing up for me and my people, man. I ain't hearing what nobody else talking about. I don't care where I'm at. You feel me? So, I mean, can anyone else say that? Nope. Because they don't have the heart. They don't have the courage. They don't have the bravery. You feel me? Like, I'm proud of my people. We done accomplished a lot. We did a lot. We got a lot done. We've been strong. All these other people, I mean, was that strong? Taking bribes, targeting me, being corrupt, being superficial, being fake. Like, what? Just like these readers, you make money off of talking about me. You don't find that embarrassing and a quiet desperation? All of them, even the religious ones, they make money off of talking to me. Like, I'm not owed some of that money. Let's get real, man. How did I come into this system of YouTube? Why is everyone ahead of me? How that makes sense? You see how unfair I get treated in this world? How does that make sense, bro? What did I do to deserve that? How am I behind everyone when we just started? That don't make no sense. So you can't tell me this system is not rigged and it's not Freemasonry and it's not fake, bro. I'm in y'all's platform and I'm taking it over. That's what happened. I know we know where we at, bro. We know what's going on. Ain't no negatives for me. It's only a positive because I came into y'all's business and took it over and I make the Masons pay me. How much more gangsta and pimpish can you get? I'm a pimp. Feel me? Real talk. To the Masons, I'm a pimp. I'm their pimp. Let's get it right. Real talk. So what you mean? Remember, it can get a lot more raw and uncut around here, bro, when I talk. Remember that. Remember, I've been holding back for a long time. Y'all know how I really talk is a lot different, right? Yeah, you may not want me to start really opening my mouth. Feel me? Get everybody in their feelings real quick. Feel me? Like I said, homie, it's just crazy to me, man. I don't know what y'all talking about. Like, see, the difference between you and I is when I have an issue with someone, I handle it direct with whoever. I don't care who it is. You understand? When y'all have issues with people, you run to the internet and you go record a video or you go type something hiding behind a system. That's what all y'all do, man. Y'all do it at these jobs too. Remember in Green Bay, I've had plenty of these dudes at these jobs, man, sit there and try to talk tough, and then I call them out for it. You know what I mean? And all of them back down, and you find out they're cowards in 2 seconds. I've done it a million times. Y'all don't remember? Everywhere I've gone, I've told people like, "Hey, I'm over here." I mean, you talking crazy, right? And they like, "Well, I'm over here." Yeah, you're over there hiding behind the system that you hide behind, like the cowards you are. Yeah, you proud of that? You see what I'm saying? Come on, son. People ain't proud, man. You want to sit here and act like this is this isn't a small world. We all don't run into each other. Like you wanna have a power struggle with someone you have no power over. That don't make no sense. I got the best of everyone at every company I ever worked at, man. I never put up with nothing from nobody. If I have an issue, I call someone to the side. Literally, I pull them to the side and call them to the side and tell them what time it is and who they talking to. It's just different. We move different. I'm a gangster. Y'all are civilians. Like I said, what can you tell me? Yeah, people ain't got nothing for me, man. People are just wasting their time. I'm just being honest. You feel me? Because they don't get it. Like I said, why? Because people don't know me at all. See, when you roll with me, you got all the power. Any girl who's with me, any woman who's with me, they'll never have to worry about anything ever happening. They'll never have to worry about anyone or anything. That's why I worked my entire life and worked out and trained so that I could protect my wife or girlfriend. She's gonna be a very lucky woman if I get to that point and I can survive that far and that happens and I find true love, but I ain't found it yet. I tell you one thing, I would never let my woman or girlfriend ever try to question my credibility or act like or say any of those words that you people have tried to integrate and use and just like bring my way. None of that's reality, man. People love me. People know I'm like a teddy bear. They know I'm a good person. And you're trying to have your cake and eat it too. One side you want to take advantage of it, but then the other side you want to say I'm something that I'm not. I don't play like that. You understand? Nah, my wife or girlfriend is going to know exactly what it is. She's going to trust me. We're going to build real trust and we're going to start from scratch and work our way up. And that's how it is. That's how you build a real relationship. I'll tell you one thing though, ain't nobody ever going to mess with her or tell her nothing because I'll be right there like split lickety. I'm talking immediate. See, that's the difference, man. Like most people, a lot of people, they getting away with a lot of stuff in the world right now. The world ain't ready for me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you something else too. The world lucky I don't have kids, man, because when I have kids, good luck, because that's who I'm gonna really, really, stand up for. Is if I have kids, I'm gonna stand up for my children. You understand? And I don't care who you are. Yeah, it ain't even negotiable. You feel me? I'm a good dad. Trust me. Like, you know what I mean? I haven't had any kids of my own. You know what I mean? I've taken care of kids that weren't mine when I had other girlfriends and stuff, you know what I mean? But I ain't had none of my own. If I have some of my own, yeah, I'm gonna stand up for them at all costs. Real talk against anybody. So it's the same way with my girlfriend or wife. So like I said, my girlfriend or wife is gonna know she's with an actual gangster and she'll just never have to worry about anything. And if she has a problem with anyone and somebody says anything to her, much less tries to do anything towards her, then all she got to do is come over here and tell Mr. Gangster, right? And I'm gonna go talk to him direct. That's how I move. I go have a conversation with you face to face right in front of you. I don't care who you are. I wouldn't care if you was the Brer Rabbit. I wouldn't care if you was the Hulk. You understand? I don't care if you Hulk Hogan. I don't care if you Cali Muscle. I don't care who you are. What? You were like, this is what I'm saying, bro. We live in a country, man. These people sit there, work out in gyms, take all that illegal stuff and take supplements, and they still can't come anywhere near my strength level. Are you serious? Look at that one wannabe dude that was hanging out with Cali Muscle, man. He couldn't even do one muscle up. That boy is huge and couldn't even do one muscle up. Like I understand, that it's harder when you got, that much weight to pull up, but still, like that boy is a grown man and he don't even act like an adult when he's trying to work out on the bars. That was embarrassing what y'all did out there in that park, man. That boy literally tried to act like he did a muscle up when he didn't get above the bar. That was crazy. And then Callie sits there and lies, just like he lied about what he used for his entire career. I mean, what world are we in, bro? I'm just saying, are these good things? Is this what you want? Is this really the way to go, or is this society? Are we in the end times, and is this society just a complete joke that makes no current sense? Let's get real. Look at Wes Watson. Wes Watson had everything on a silver platter handed to him, by Freemasonry. That girlfriend was pretty hot. She's fairly good looking. She alright. She's not that great, but she what he can get because, like I said, he's nobody. He ain't special. Let's get real. And she can't stand him. She's only there because she's a Mason too. She's probably Eastern Star, and she's just trying to get what she can get, right? You can tell what her career is. I don't have to say it on here, and I'm not going to, but you could tell what she does for a living. She's just after whatever she can get, money, whatever resources. That's a narc right there. And but she was all right looking, right? She just don't respect him, and you can see it in 5 seconds because he ain't no real man. See, if she dealt with a real man like me, she'd respect me. She'd want to be around me on her own accord. See, I don't ever tell women what to do. Women, if they want to be around me, it's because they want to be around me. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. I let people have freedom. I let them decide and do whatever the hell they want. You understand? Like, come on, bro. There's never any competition. There's never any other choice that makes sense. Anybody who's not interested in me, they got some kind of issue. And I've been through it enough in my life, even before all this stuff happened to me physically. You think I'm gonna put myself through it again? Hell no. Feel me? Hold up. So I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. Like, I've been with a lot of women. I've had a lot of good, experiences with women, but I've also had a lot of bad experiences, and I've had a lot of middle ground experiences and like experiences when they try to act like they're not interested in me, and I take personal offense to that, not because of my ego, not because of anything, because I know where it comes from, and it comes from spite and jealousy and envy, always, every single time, and that's the truth, because they really want to be me, you know they do it on purpose because they see how good looking I am, so they want to go against the grain, they want to go against what they know is reality, and that's why I just don't play with women, man, because they literally delusional, they promote being delusional like it's cool. You're not cool because you're delusional. You're not even desirable. A guy's just trying to be nice and normal and meet someone and make a connection, and you want to sit there and play these games and act silly. And like I said, they'll sit there and they'll entertain dudes who, and every dude I've ever heard who was about anything said the same thing. They'll entertain dudes who ain't about nothing and they're not attractive, but when it comes to the actual male that has everything and they should be interested in, they don't have any interest. Like, what is that? That don't make no sense. That's the equate to me saying I'm interested in a water buffalo, straight up. You know what I mean? Instead of Pamela Anderson. Well, I mean, she was never that great, but somebody who's good looking. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense at all. Like, it's the opposite of reality. Like I said, the more of a scrub you are, like if you wear like a Super Mario T-shirt, you'll have better luck with them. And the more weaker you are, the more approachable you are to them. I've noticed that too. They don't want a man. They want the weakest thing they can do. Like, they want someone they can control and manipulate. And just, why would you want to put yourself in that position? That's not worth it. To do what? To get one thing out of that equation? That's silly, man. They're not even worth that. That's overrated in the first place with them. They don't even know what they're doing. Seriously, I mean, that's a waste of time, bro. You're gonna put yourself in that position and get manipulated and told what to do by a woman. Yeah, that'll be the day. A grown man? That don't make no sense. For what? Like, what power could you have over me? Have you worked your entire life? Because I have since I was 16. I've been on my own since I was 16. I have to take care of myself and come up in the street. You think I'm going to sit here and turn around and let you tell me what to do? That's what I'm saying. The confusion on here, where's the confusion? There shouldn't be no confusion. My woman and my girlfriend, trust me, she going to listen to me and do what I say. Yeah, that's without question. I'm a grown man. Like, what? Like, nah, bro. I give respect because I want to, not because I have to. See, that's what these people get misconstrued on this network. They want to tell me how to be a man, but they want to emasculate me and don't like the fact that I'm a real man. That don't make no sense. You keep contradicting yourself. You can't have two options. You got to make up your mind and pick a side. I mean, which is it? Because I'm not doing what none of you want. I know how to be a man because my dad taught me how to be a man. And guess what? The man wears the pants and the man's in charge. The woman's got to listen. The woman has to listen and appreciate and respect that man and do what they're told. That's common sense. Like that's not even without question. That's like if I ask you to do something, right? Everything is on a time relative pattern, right? So if we going on a trip or we trying to do something, if we packing and I say, hey, grab that bag, pack that right there. I would need a girl who's going to listen. How is that a big deal? It's because you don't want to obey instructions. It's because you don't want to listen to a man. You have some kind of chip on your shoulder, like I said, against men. And that don't make no sense because women shouldn't be ashamed to be women. That every act that you do is basically bowing down to a man. That's what you're supposed to want to do, actually. Honestly, that's the whole point of being a woman. So like I said, when you got women, okay, and they're missing the whole point of who and what they're supposed to be, what can they say about anything? What can they teach anyone? Do they know any skills? No, right? Because they have no real men to teach them any. The man is supposed to teach the woman when they meet. It's supposed to be true love and it's supposed to be a big deal and it's supposed to be sacred. These women will stand right in front of you and get with you and be with you and literally use those words and say, what we have is sacred and say it fake right in front of you. They think it's all a big joke and a game. Like, okay, and you think a man is not smart enough to figure out that you're all fake and it's a waste of time? You're all in a trickster spirit like that movie The Wolverine. You have a trickster energy and you think you're tricking someone and you ain't tricking nobody but yourself. And y'all trick anyway. It's just like that song. I mean, like I said, they want to whine about, oh, if you say this, say that, but yet you let Dr. Dre and Snoop do it all day and you sit there and cheer for them and appreciate them and they're Masons who sold their soul and they're responsible for the fact Tupac's gone. Are you serious right now? Women ain't nothing, bro. I'm just telling you reality, bro. Like, nah, I'm gonna get on here and talk about so-called women every single day, and I want to see them do something about it. Real talk. That's how I feel. You 100%. I got gripes. I 100%. I feel some type of way. I have every reason to, bro. See, I see the reality that all y'all are too jaded and too cynical and too like blinded by their nonsense to see. Like, look at them, bro. They got networks right now. They using these video networks and bringing these old models who are Masons back to try to beg some more. Pamela Anderson, all those people, they begged their entire existence. Are you serious right now? The only people begging is you Masons. That's all y'all do is beg. All y'all do is come together. We're gonna come beg over here. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, we're gonna go beg over here. Trump does the same thing. His whole thing, his whole presidential election campaign is begging. All the money they get is from begging. What are you talking about? It's all begging, bro. It's all donations, right? And not donations like this. See, I have to work to get the donations I get here. I have to actually like touch people, the right way with my words. I have to actually have a message and relate to people. Them, they just get to go to a podium and they get paid and they money don't go to them for the last time. None of those people have any money. So when y'all say Trump is rich, no, he's not. He doesn't own anything. He doesn't even have one red cent to his name. What are you talking about, homie? All this I already proved decades ago, man. Y'all silly. A man is rich who wear a toupee. Yeah, okay. So, oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, he got so much money that he can't fix his hair. Are these people serious right now, son? People is just funny, bro. But yeah, you looking and talking to the guy who's made and spent more money than your entire government and anybody who ever walked this planet. And yes, I've been with more women. I thought that was understood. That's like when they got mad on here and they started trying to tell me, oh, this is probably how much you've been. Then I told them realistically that the number's higher than this. And they got really, really upset on here. Like, so you're upset because of reality? Like seriously, do you really believe that? Like you really think that's hard to look at me, bro? I'm beautiful. You think that I haven't had any normal woman? Like, do you understand they used to literally clamor over me like nobody's business? I'm talking about since I was a kid. Are you serious, bro? All of them paid attention to me. Oh, I was a beautiful kid. Every time they looked at me, anywhere I went, women were always interested in me, always wanted to talk to me. I never will have that problem. I'm beautiful. Even now, I'm beautiful and gorgeous. Are you serious? Right? And yet you people with these people, like I said, they're so, full of themselves and so just entranced in this like hypnosis, demonic hypnosis and brainwashing that doesn't exist. You have to actually talk like this and explain it to them. All this should be understood by looking at me. It's not something I should have to talk about. Like what? Y'all really act, bro, like women are a big deal, bro. Women are not a big deal, bro. They have no value and no self-worth. And honestly, like I said, the stock is plummeting on the NASDAQ. They have no worth. There's nothing they have to offer anymore. Nothing. And all the same nonsense of the same thing while they sit there and whine, oh, I don't want to be looked at as this. Yes, you do, because that's all y'all do. That's all y'all worry about. Number one. Number two, I mean, what other value and what are you bringing to the table? What else do you have? Realistically, what do you have? You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like,
You don't you think like these people act like I'm not entitled to have an opinion and feel the way I do, bro. I see them every day almost, no matter what city I'm in, no matter what state I'm in, and they just sit there and act like the world revolves around them. They will go everywhere, go here, go do this, go do, and act like the world revolves around them. Like act like they're somebody, and basically like we don't exist, like I don't exist, I don't have an, but I'm the superstar celebrity now I just became a celebrity basically recently, so how's that going to go now? And it's going to be the same thing. But see, if I looked different and I was part of that other group, they would take their time to pay attention to me. That's how catty they are. How does that make sense? I'm just saying, bro, I didn't get the memo that we supposed to kiss up to people that we better than and superior than and bigger and stronger and taller and better looking than. I'm just saying, bro, I'm not with brainwashing and nonsense that's silly and looks silly. Like I said, most women, they do a lot of things just like y'all all over the internet for years, decades, history. Everything you've done looks silly. If I am I the only one who sees this and feels this way? They look silly. It's not anything I'm interested in. It's silly. It's petty. Everything you do is just silliness. I like, you know what I mean? Like if I made myself look bad, I would just admit it. I wouldn't. I mean, you can't just project everything just because you're a woman. It's not like, oh, you don't have an identity and you're not responsible. Like I said, they think they're above reproach. Not at all. Not at all, bro. When you make yourself look silly, you got to deal with that. You got to deal with what people say behind that. And that's what a lot of their predicaments, and they can't handle it. I think it's hilarious, man. They got fragile egos. They're hypersensitive. You know what I mean? Who would want anything to do with a hypersensitive person, bro? That's like the worst nightmare ever, bro. I've dealt with that, man. That stuff sucks, bro. Having to walk on eggshells when you talk to somebody because you don't know when they're gonna go off or something. Like, I'm not ever dealing with that, bro. And I ain't never walked on eggshells. I tell them straight up to their face how I feel and about them. You feel me? Like I said, it's just crazy, man. I don't know what y'all doing in the world. I really don't. I don't get it though. I tell you that much. Like I said, this having a girlfriend nonsense. We're in the year 2025, man. You better forget about all that. Real talk, bro. We in a weird world now, man. They bringing out AI. They gonna have robots serving you your food pretty soon and all that type of stuff. We got to worry about them, and it's gonna turn into Will Smith and I Robot. Literally, we got to worry about that. And ain't got time to be worrying about these women. They're all demonically possessed. All they do is just sit there and vocally say the worst, most horrible, most horrid things you would never think any human would say. That's all they do. They use their mouth and they use it like a you know what because they have nothing else. They have no other tools or anything else to use, so they just sit there and that's what they do. Just try to be manipulative and talk all day. It makes no sense. It's a waste of your time and mine. Straight up. That's reality. You know what I mean? Like I said, nah, whoever I'm with, bro, they're gonna have to really meet some criteria. You know what I mean? Hey, I mean, agencies, like they make you pass tests and stuff. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should prepare a test. Are you self-absorbed? Right? Eh, Check the box if you are and if you're not, right? But are you in touch with actual reality? Can you actually see what's in front of you and who you're talking to? I'm telling you, they can't. Bro, I had girls in Austin, bro. I had one, I sat there and helped her the entire night to find her car, okay, her the entire night, okay, because as usual, they're irresponsible and she was drunk. And I was just genuinely helping her. I'm a good person. I'm not looking for anything in return. And my mind's seriously not on anything else because I'm not like y'all other dudes. I'm an actual genuine person. I help people. So I spent the whole night and she couldn't figure it out. And I think it was just to hang out with me, honestly. I think that's what her mind was on. And then she tells me when I'm in the car, yeah, like I would blah blah this, with you, blah blah blah. And in my mind, like I was surprised and shocked. I was like, my mind wasn't even on none of that at all. Seriously, I wouldn't even think about that. I had something to do the next day, so like I didn't care in the first place. I don't care, bro. I get around women all the time. It means nothing to me. Like it's a waste of my time. Like honestly, it just like I honestly just want to get away from them all the time. Just being honest, like I don't even want them around me because they don't know how to talk to me. They don't know how to like engage me in a conversation and get my interest and pique my interest where I actually am interested in anything they have to say. I'm just being honest. Like they waste my time and I don't like that. Like that's not who I am. I don't like my time being wasted. I don't like small talk. I'm a Sigma alpha male. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just reality. Right. But yeah, she said that. and then like I said, I like later on I think I saw her like on 6th Street on the strip or something, and then like I see like the dude that she's like they're always like it's complicated. I'm in a relationship, and the dude she's with, it's like same thing, member of what? The other group. Member of the other group and looks like that. Like, wow, I'm impressed. I mean, I'm just saying, bro, it don't make no sense. None. I mean, the direction they're going is the wrong direction. It's that simple. Clearly, they're blind and their eyes don't work. Literally, I'm being honest. Like, clearly, they don't have any concept of what's actually out here in the dating pool and what they're missing. Let's just get real. And like, well, let them be aloof, let them be clueless. Like, it's not my job to tell you what you're missing. It's not my job to explain reality to you because, oh, you become this comfortable with people you know nothing about, you have no connection to, you're not a member of that group, and you somehow have a chip on your shoulder and are against your own. So your own don't exist, but another group, you'll pay attention to them. That makes sense. Yeah, because you're brainwashed by the TV, honey, because you watch the Migos too many times. Like, are you serious, bro? I look at the Migos and like I said, I see the same thing as what I told you earlier in this show that you could put a chain on them and all the women would cheer for them. That's what I see when I look at the Migos. Straight up. I mean, what else are they? They're just always around and that's it. They don't do anything. They can't make music. I mean, like, have you can you not see what's in front of you? You think Offset is good looking? I mean, I can't even see the dude, honestly, literally. If he wears sunglasses, I literally cannot see any of his features. I'm just being real. What are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm so confused. I don't even understand what people on. Like I said, it's just the whole world has become a big hate campaign. And now some of these people on here, I just heard talking about it. They starting to notice it. Yeah, they've programmed everyone. That's why I told you that song with Beyonce. It's not Halo. It's Hate Love. They taught the world that love is hate and hate is love, and that's not the truth. It's completely the opposite. Love is beautiful, man. Love doesn't hurt, nothing like that, man. But people are so far from reality, bro. They never gonna understand. Just honestly, they're never going to understand. They're never going to know how to feel, and it's just sad the direction humanity's going. So I don't know. I guess maybe that's part of my calling is to save humanity, like they say, and bring it back to where it's supposed to be. But that's a hard job, man. Especially with how stubborn y'all women are and how you just don't understand. And that's my whole point. That's why I hate when they do these readings because they're like, "You're a person, so you really think that I have no self worth and no self value. You think that I would ever deal with anyone, right? Who, I mean, who actually pretends like I'm not the prize, but the whole time in their mind I'm the prize, and then they go do actions hoping that it'll make me jealous. But meanwhile, you literally do you think like? Let's put something like this. Let me just say it straight out. The woman and girl that I be with, I want someone that's like never been with anyone at this point. Like straight up. That's what I want. Like it don't make no sense for me to settle for less than what I deserve, and that's what I deserve. I don't deserve somebody that's been with anyone. That doesn't make sense. I'm just being honest. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like, no, I need like a woman that like I meet at like the library or like a church or something, like an actual just good woman who's wholesome and makes me happy and is a real woman in person. That's what I deserve. And it seems impossible to find, and I'm not looking, but I'm just saying, I mean, why should that be so hard to find? Like, what's wrong with the world now? You understand? Like you can't do anything anymore. Everybody's just so cynical and has this attitude like everything is some kind of big joke, and it's not, bro. Like this is reality, man. Like people, people want things, people need things, people should be meeting and dating, people should be doing I don't even see people going out on dates no more, do you? I never see that. Ever. Especially down here. I don't see that. If when I go to these restaurants, when I do go to them and I sit down, I don't ever see people on dates. That's what people should be doing. Like I said, when these people in college, it's like there's no human spirit. Like they're all prisoners, and they made the campuses like that. And like they're not doing. They're supposed to be having frat parties, sorority parties. People are supposed to be going out on dates all the time, like all the time, bro. Like going out to eat and meet people 24/7. You know what I mean? And they're not doing that at all. You understand? What is this nonsense? Think I care? It is absolutely ridiculous, man. Real talk. Unbelievable. And all I'm gonna do is mute
That's hilarious. Like I told you, man, it ain't nothing but just nonsense. Nothing but just complete cowards, bro. And like I said, I'm gonna say say how I feel 24/7. I'm over and over again. Feel me? Just like I've been telling you. You know what I mean? And like I said, it'd be the same deal over and over again. And like I said, man, none of them, they ain't got no power. They powerless, bro. It's hilarious, man. Like real talk, bro. Y'all be funny, bro. Can you imagine that? Like that fake stuff. Meanwhile, you breaking the law. Like, do your job, son. Do your job, bro. These people is silly, man. They still think somebody cares. Nah, do your job. Real talk. That's what they need to do. Like I said, it is unbelievable. Like I just don't understand. Like that's what they think. They think we live in a world where I'm not allowed to speak or say how I feel. You silly. Like what? Boy, I do what I want to do, bro. I know exactly what I'm doing, man. These people funny, man. Like I'm supposed to owe you something. You know what's funny too? Isn't that funny how they do things and they make things a certain way, but then they want to complain about how you do it? Like, hey, I got to do what I got to do. I got to do it differently because of you. Like I said, if you quit breaking the law, then I could do things the normal way. But because you continue to break the law, I can't, right? People are silly, man. Feel me? But yeah, like I said, let people do what they do. I'm gonna do what I do. Like I said, they all need to do their job, and it's just that simple. And that's the only choice they have. You know, like I said, it is what it is. A lot of people are gonna lose their job and go to prison. Feel me? As soon as I follow these lawsuits, so like I love it, man. Real talk. I enjoy every minute of it. You feel me? But yeah, like I said, man, women, I don't know, man. They just ain't on it, bro. None of y'all. So that's the thing with me, man. I can never be intimidated. I can never be made to feel no way by who? By 3 foot tall people who don't know how to do their job. That makes sense to you? By people who whine and complain and make up stuff. What? Like this ain't a free country. This ain't my country. This is my country, bro. You really believe that you can silence me? That's hilarious, man. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I told y'all this. These people funny as hell, bro. You know what I mean? I don't gotta justify nothing. I know exactly what I'm doing, bro. Like, come on, son. You hear how I'm talking and why I'm talking the way I am, and exactly like the way I do everything. I do everything exactly by the book. I know what I'm doing. Like, I need to ask permission to talk. What? I told you, bro. These people delusional, man. It's Masons, man. They ain't about nothing. People funny as hell, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna do my thing everywhere, bro. I'm gonna live stream all I want. I'm gonna do everything I want to do right in front of your face. And like I said, that whole movement is evil, right? Like I said, they be having their little meetings and their little red robes. They just cowards, man. They powerless. You feel me? What can they do? What can they tell me? They can't tell me nothing. I know what I'm doing. I don't gotta explain nothing to y'all. I don't gotta talk no way for you. I don't gotta tell you nothing. Like, nah, bro. I got a right to do what I want to do. I do everything in my own little corner for that reason. I know how to do what I do. I know how to do what I do the right way too. I don't involve nobody. I do what I want to do. Feel me? I don't need to ask your permission. You don't run me. Real talk. Straight up, this my land. What? Yeah, mine, not yours. What you talking about? People are silly, man. Feel me? But yeah, like I said, um, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, with me, it don't matter who it is, what's going on, whatever's done, said my direction, we're responding. 100%. Feel me? And like I said, I'm going to be recording and filming everything. So it is what it is with me. It's just easy. Feel me? Because can't nobody do nothing but help me. That's just the honest truth. You feel me? It's just unreal to me. It's unbelievable to me, like how strangers, how these people will think that they run something. I told you what they on. They think they run something. That's why I come on here and remind you you don't. And all y'all got internet access and the ability to listen. You know what I mean? You might want to listen too, because like I said, you're only building my federal lawsuit against you and my case. And I mean, I'm suing, I'm filing lawsuits, and I'm guaranteed to win. So, like I said, be my guest. Real talk. I'm going to encourage all of you. Be my guest. Keep doing what you do. Keep doing your illegal stuff because it's all being documented and watched. Feds and the FBI are looking at everything and all of you 100%, right? And like I said, there's going to be a lot of arrests made. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people losing their job and going to prison. That's common sense, bro. You can't run around and pretend that you control people. Like this is my country. You don't control nothing. None of these folks. They don't control nothing, bro. They can run their mouth. What can they do? They can't do nothing. They can't just make up stuff. They can't just, say things are happening that aren't happening. Nah, bro. I know exactly what I'm doing, bro. Did you ever think that maybe I know how to bait too at this point? Maybe I know how to work this system?
to its benefit. Maybe I know exactly what I'm doing. I told you, Narcs, I'd do it right in front of you. You thought I was playing. Nah, bro, I know what I'm doing. See, I'm a boss, man. I know exactly what I'm doing, man. I'm not afraid of your little rinky dink system. Trust me on that. None of you. Are you serious? And they all know it, man. Everybody knows what's up, man. They know who I am. They know exactly who I am. They know who the Batman is. They know my history. They know everything about me. They claim, but actually they don't. None of them know nothing about me. People think they know me. They don't know me. Feel me? But my whole point is like, you know, they know a little bit, right? They know that I'm a grown man that doesn't put up with nothing, right? So, like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, if you ain't free, there ain't no point in doing nothing. This whole planet, the whole point is in life. I mean, life is worth living. If you're free, you got to be free. I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be free and do what I want. I don't care who has a problem with what I do. The question is, what can you and what can you do about it, and what are you gonna do about it? Not a thing, right? Proven again. Every day it'll get proven, son. Right? Yeah, nah, bro. We don't play like that over here, man. Like I said, people need to make sense, and people need to do what they're gonna do, and they need to do what they're supposed to do. And if not, I mean, they definitely got no business talking to me. Like straight up, bro. I don't care about y'all. Like I'm just being honest. Everybody's irrelevant to me. I'm in my own corner doing me, man. I could care less. I told y'all, can't nobody move me no more. Ain't no games, ain't none of that, bro. Because I don't even care about what you talking about. See, people be thinking I care. I don't care about nothing. Y'all care about stuff that you want to tell me, oh, this and that. Like, tell yourself something. Like, find a real job. Go work for some real ways. And that's what I'm going to tell everybody nonstop. Watch. I guarantee you, bro. I'll tell everybody right to their face. All y'all should get different jobs that you'll actually do the job, like the job description, like where you actually make real money. Do that, bro. Because, me, there's nothing you can do with me. I mean, there's nothing we're going to talk about with nobody. I mean, it is what it is. Like, do what you're going to do. I don't care. I don't care what nobody does. I'm just being honest. It's not going to affect me. You see what I'm saying? See, that's the thing. People can't get me caught up or involved with nonsense because I don't discuss anything. Like I said, with me, I'll never talk to anyone in the public ever again. You talk to my lawyer. It's that simple, right? And then, like I said, if people ask me, well, who's your lawyer? I don't have one yet. I don't need one. Am I defending myself from anything? Right? Any further questions? We don't answer. Talk to my lawyer. Like, see, that's the point. Y'all do everything out of context, so it makes no sense. Everybody. I'm talking about civilians, anybody. Like, not talking to nobody anymore. I'm gonna tell everybody the same thing. Talk to my lawyer. Like, Tyree Sneed doesn't answer no more questions from anybody about anything. I will have no further conversation with anyone in the public. We will not speak nothing because we've already alerted everyone and explained what's going on, and it's common sense. So you would think that you would understand that, right? I'm clearly not going to like go through any more stress for no reason. So I just tell everyone what it is. I don't talk to y'all. You can talk to yourself. You mean you can answer your own questions, whoever you are. I'm not going to talk to none of you. What is there to talk about? I'm leading through action every day. I'm winning every day through action. I'm going out and proving my point every day as Batman. I don't need to speak at all. I don't need to talk to anything, and I don't ever have a legal responsibility to talk or open my mouth for nobody. There's nobody who can make me open my mouth. I don't need to talk. When you have this much power, you ain't got to talk. I talk on my radio show because this is what matters, but talk to people who are below me for what? And that goes for all of you, straight up. You know what I mean? Hey, like I said, man, if people would understand reality and understand how to act and stop with the antics, then I don't have to talk like this. But as long as people want to, act weird and move funny style and do gang stalking and all this coward stuff, I'm gonna respond and say reality every time. Yeah, I'm not backing down on nothing. Mm-hmm. I assure you of that. I haven't backed down in 35 years. You think I'm gonna start now with anyone? No. I don't back down, but that also means I don't need to conversate or talk to nobody about nothing. What I'm just saying, anybody in the public, what would I need to talk to them about? Especially people who ain't about nothing. Like what? People can say whatever. You can bring whatever my way, say whatever, pretend, make this up, fake this, do whatever. I don't care what you do. It can't affect me. I got God with me. Feel me? That's what people don't understand. Like, like that's the weirdest thing, man, that people would do gang stalking activity and habits right in front of me and then expect me to just be cool with it and not like get upset. That don't make no sense. And I don't get upset, you know what I mean? But it just don't make no sense. Like it's a normal human response. I'm a human being. See, I'm not gonna let you program me. You're programmed. That's why y'all, like I said, you work for no wage. Like who does that? And then tries to tell other people what they should think and what they should do. Who the hell are you? Like what? You don't control anybody, especially me and my thoughts. Feel me? I'm free as hell in the world. Trust me, man. I'm the authority always. Like I said, me, like we the boss. I operate above the feds. I don't know what none of y'all talking about or telling you so, but it ain't reality. I know that, son. Feel me? My authority is real, bro. It's divine authority, man. I have authority over everybody and anything on this planet. Understand that? Capiche? Yep. hmm So, like I said, another point proven. Every single time we prove our point, and it is what it is, man. Like I said, it ain't nothing, bro. It's easy. You know what I mean? From here on out in the future, everything is easy money. Feel me? So, like I said, what's that now? Check's gonna be over like 106 probably by tomorrow. Getting more and more money. Like I said, now I don't have to talk to none of you fools because there ain't nothing to talk about. It's a waste of my time. And that's about it, man. That's why I'm independent. You should learn the word independent. You know what I mean? Because you work for a system like you're a wage slave. I'm not. I don't work for a system. I do what I want to do, 100%. And yes, I'm gonna rub that in because that's what it's about. What it's about, right? Because I mean, if not, I mean, nobody, none of you, nobody would feel any type of way, and you clearly do, right? You've made that obvious with your actions, right? So I mean, it is what it is. To me, it don't make no sense. I'm talking about all over the internet and everywhere. And like I said, a lot of you, I already have you on camera. I've already got court evidence to get a lot of people arrested and put in prison. You know what I mean? And have a lot of people where they lose their job in their career. So I mean, it is what it is, man. Like I said, people don't understand when people just try to do things my direction or towards me for no reason. God's gonna always protect me. Feel me? Like I said, me, I don't have to worry about nothing. I just, but I don't got to be nice either no more. Now I just don't talk at all to nobody. It doesn't matter who it is. I ain't got nothing to say to you. God got me. That's it. There's your answer. You feel me? Because I'm not trying to talk to none of these people. For what? Who are they? They don't control me. They can't tell me a thing. That is silly, man. I'm just being honest, bro. Imagine somebody half my size trying to tell me what to do. Boy, miss me. That is silly. You feel me? That's funny as hell, right? That's exactly what y'all are. You feel me? Don't nobody take none of y'all serious, man. Get real with yourself, bro. Like honestly, bro. Like take a good long look in the mirror and tell me if you take yourself serious. Feel me? If you took yourself serious, man, like I said, you would make sense with your actions. You wouldn't be doing stuff like that. Don't you think that makes sense? Like, do you see me doing stuff like that? No. And I don't worry about other people. I do me because I'm happy and content and satisfied with what I do. I put my all into this business and I know I can make money on here. That's right. I can make a lot more money than you, and I probably have this entire time, to be honest. And I've definitely made more money, my entire existence and my entire life than anybody. So it is what it is. Feel me? So, like I said, for me personally, yeah, I don't think none of that stuff is cute. I don't I don't think the relaying messages and like you trying to be all up in my business and people communicating with each other and putting my name in their mouth and just sitting there like plotting on my downfall that'll never happen. Like you think that's cute? How do you handle that as a human being asking people? And none of you would know because you ain't been through it. I've been through it like my entire life and like every day. Like I'm not going through it no more. That's why I said, like, me, I don't talk to nobody, bro. I don't have no friends. I don't talk to people because there's nothing to talk about. Like, we know what it is. You the enemy, and we gonna win. Straight up. It don't matter what you say or do. We're gonna always win. Imma always come out on top. Imma always be the best, and we win the right way too. We go about everything the right way. We be nice. We be respectful, and that's the thing too that they don't like. They don't like when you're kind. They don't because they're not. You understand? It's always people who are lacking something. It's always people that, like I said, they have a poverty mindset. See, they don't know how to do anything for themselves or build their own media company like this, right? So of course they got to be mad at it and oh, we don't want you to have a voice. Well, it's too bad because I got one because this is a free country and my ancestors literally took all this land from you, so you can't do nothing about it. That's actual facts, and I'm right in front of you saying it. Like what? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing, because you can't. Welcome to America, boss. Right? And that's the truth. That's what people have to understand in this reality, man. Like, yeah, you in my country. You're in my country. If you don't like it, it's too bad. You feel me? 100%. I don't have to watch what I say. I'll say what I want. I don't care how none of you feel. Run and tell that. You feel me? Like I said, what are you talking about? Like that's just crazy, bro. To for people to be thinking that they can just like play victim all the time, or like sit there and like actually like have an opinion on me and what I've done for the past. I've been doing this, talking the same exact way, and way worse, way more raw and uncut, because that's what's needed for hell. I don't know. It's got to be going on like 20 plus years, somewhere around there. I mean, that's a long time, right, for a guy to be himself. Right, I'm me. Like, take it or leave it. You know what I mean? I don't need you to approve it though. That's for sure. You know what I mean? I'm not James Bond. I don't work for an agency. I'm James Bond working for myself. That's what these people will never understand. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. Nobody controls me. So if I want to speak, yeah, I'm gonna do my show. I talk to myself, man. That's all. I don't talk to nobody. I do my own thing in my own corner. I mind my business and I have fun doing what I do. And it's necessary because the public needs to wake up and they need to know reality. You understand? Like I said, I mean, I don't know. Like, that's the one thing. I'm 35 years old. You think I would tolerate or deal with that anymore? Hell no. I'm gonna let nobody sit there and talk to me crazy. I don't care who you are, or tell me that reality is different than what it is, and I'm not gonna argue with you either. I don't care what your opinion is. Who are you? That's the question. Like, are you me? No. Okay, we have nothing to talk about. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. People want you to pretend that you're going to argue with them. That's ignorant. People who are knowledgeable, they don't have to argue with anyone. All my stuff's in line. I handle all my stuff, so I ain't got to ever argue. That's what intellectual people do. See, intellectuals like me, they just put you in your place verbally in 5 seconds. It don't take long. It's easy. I'll tell you reality real quick, right? And then you're gonna walk away with your tail tucked between your legs like everybody and understand reality, because you ain't it. None of you. None of you are that guy, bro. You're not. You ain't that guy. You ain't built like that. None of y'all. You feel me? Because if you was, I guarantee you that you would know how to act and you would know how to treat grown men. You see what I'm saying? You would know how to have respect for a man, right? Like I said, you would make sense with your actions. I mean, there's all sorts of other things that all you people like you, like people who are, cowards, they should be focused on other people and other things. There's 8 billion people in the world. You feel me? Like, it doesn't matter that, oh, you have a problem with the truth being said, and what are you going to do about it? Like, honestly, what are you going to do? You could think for years, you will never figure out a way to stop me from talking and saying the truth and doing it the way I'm doing it, because it's the perfect way. So, like I said, I'm pretty good at what I do, right, son? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. So, like I said, all of you have to deal with my words every day that you can't deal with, and the reality that I don't paint it. It's just, this is reality, right? And you have an issue dealing with it. That's fine, but I mean, that doesn't give you the power to tell me anything. I mean, you for sure can't silence me. We've proven that, right? We've been there, done that, right? I mean, like I said, I stood up to everyone and won, right? Proved all of y'all are corrupt, right? Proved you ain't about nothing, right? See what I'm saying? This is how you defeat narcissists, man. This is how you defeat the world. Like I said, this is why I plan to build my own city. I don't care about nothing you talking about. I don't care about none of this. I don't care about none of this fake material stuff. There ain't nothing you can do to me because I just stand with God now. That's what people don't get. I'm not holding on to nothing. I could care less. I mean, you can't tell me nothing about nothing. You don't run me. I run this world. I run everything that's personal to me. So I mean, what can anyone do? They can't do nothing. They just got to sit there and listen and eat the message, whether they like it or not. This is how you win. I'm just telling you. So, like I said, people, wake up, try to get like me. That's all I can tell you. And that's about it, man. I'll talk to you later. You feel me? Have a good night and much love. And like I said, everybody needs to donate. If you ain't donating, then you doing something wrong. All right. And other than that, like I said, I'm gonna say something too publicly, man. If there's any resistance ever, like any resistance I'm met with, anybody trying to tell me anything about how I do things, what I do at all, I'm gonna continue to make this content like more turned up, right? Like
The anytime that the dark matrix tries to intimidate me, tries to make anything, I don't care if it looks slightly weird, I don't care if it looks slightly funny, I don't care what it is. If they say anything my direction, I'm gonna just speak more freely, and I'm gonna take the content and make it even better and more wholesome and more like in detail, and I'm gonna make my message just more clear. You understand? Like, I'm not turning down nothing. Turn down for what? Like Little John said, real talk, because this is the truth that these people can't handle, and it's what needs to be said. And clearly it matters, right? That's why it mattered since day one, because they all in their feelings. See, y'all care about talking in a voice. What you should have cared about is like everything I've accomplished through action, because the talking really don't matter. But now that I know you care about the talking, cool, we can focus on that too. It's easy. Feel me? That's it, man. I hope y'all have a good night, bro. I will, and I'll talk to y'all later, man. Enjoy, not being free while I am. All right, one. Easy.